for me.
How many? I'm pretty impressed with that. How many goals have you scored like that?
Using that technique, not many, but I scored my fair share. Everybody, check out YouTube.
What has Malik Tillman meant to this U.S. team this summer, Lex?
There's an element of an unsung hero because some of the work that he does can easily go unnoticed. I love the fact that you referenced last summer where he kind of came in and everybody said, wow, this could be a possibility, while the team was still going through a transition. And when all of the other players came in, he didn't miss a beat. He came back in and not only was able to prove that he is a starter, but he is vital in terms of the work ethic that he has, in terms of the smarts that he has to get out of situations, to double down, to help, and to get into the offense. Believe me, the goal is wonderful, but even without the goal, he would already have had a wonderful World Cup. This is just kind of a cherry on top, if you will. But the work is not done. If you were watching this game, you will see him show up at places, help out, win balls, get in channels, and even at times be creative in the attacking phase.
Look, and I think it's vitally important to have a player like him in your midfield. He's a complete player, like you said. The work he does on and off the field, the creativity, the calmness. But this is going to be a really difficult side to play against. And then you've got subs coming off the bench, De Bruyne coming into the midfield. So it's going to be a good test for him, but he's been fantastic. I'll turn it on.
He has been so fun to watch, whether he's starting an offensive break or breaking down the opposition's attack. Malik Tillman has been integral, and that goal helped the U.S. snap a 12-match winless run against European opposition. Weston McKennie and company try to take down another European side. 9th-ranked Belgium is coming up in just about an hour from Seattle Stadium. Massive crowd waiting to get inside the stadium. Hour 2 of the pregame show on the way. More on Flo Balogun's return. A look at our starting 11s, and there's a surprise, a couple from Belgium, and how this nation has become obsessed with the U.S. team.
Got in that room.
There's no place like Lowe's. Celebrate 250 years of America, all across the country. Experience all 50 states at the Great American State Fair, June 25th through July 10th. Then join in the biggest 4th of July celebration the nation has ever seen. Be part of history. Celebrate America. RSVP now at freedom250.org.
Welcome back, guys. Let's go.
July 15th. Don't miss the return of the top 16.
It looks like the brownie from a bake sale.
MasterChef Global Gauntlet returns after the World Cup on Fox.
Toyota Tacoma and Tundra are ranked the top 2 in resale value of all vehicles by Kelley Blue Book. Born to roam, built to perform, and engineered to outlast the others. Feel the power in a Tacoma or Tundra with special low APR financing. Toyota, let's go places. Oi.
Hello, I've got a delivery. I believe this here. They're busy.
Hey, my daughter got camper of the week.
Wow, that's a big deal. We got a big deal too. Right, Mom? Okay. See that brand new Hyundai Santa Fe over there? We only paid
Melissa cut?
Nice. Enjoy your new car.
Feels so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR plus 0 payments for 90 days or 1.9% APR for 72 months on select models. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
FIFA World Cup 2026 today on Fox is presented by Google.
The U.S. is down to 10 men. Bosnia and Herzegovina feeling momentum.
You can cut the tension of the atmosphere.
Des, can he turn now? He was being held back.
He felt his shirt was told that it was.
The referee's going to get a free kick just outside the mark for the U.S.
It would have just lifted off.
Pure brilliance when his country needed it most.
For the United States, the dream continues.
Makes me proud to be American.
It has been a wild ride and no better place to light this American rocket ship than right here in Seattle, Washington. A sun-kissed scene today in the Pacific Northwest. U.S. fans out in full force, hoping the red, white, and blue can book a quarterfinal showdown with Spain in L.A. But first, it's another European test. 5 days ago, the U.S. snapped a 10-game losing streak to European opposition as they shut out Bosnia and Herzegovina. Today, the Americans have 9th-ranked Belgium, and it is the last call for this Belgian golden generation. Big-time talents like Leandro Trossard, Kevin De Bruyne, still getting it done for the Red Devils, but De Bruyne starts on the bench today. We welcome you to day 26, game 94, and welcome to home field advantage, Seattle style. We were here 17 days ago, and Seattle blew us away. They are topping that today. Anybody out there hungry? You know what I'm hungry for? I'm hungry for some waffles out here. Yeah! Who wants some waffles? We're doing Belgian waffles.
We got to get that going in the stadium today.
Never did I think a "We Want Waffles" chant would take place at a U.S. soccer game. Thank you, Seattle. Waffles do you hit the spot sometimes. Now, so glad you're here with us today from Seattle. Rob Stone, U.S. Soccer royalty, Carly Lloyd, Clint Dempsey, Alexi Lawless here with you. 26.4 million people watched the U.S. beat Bosnia-Herzegovina on Fox just 5 days ago. The most watched soccer telecast in English language U.S. history. Remarkable numbers. This team and this nation, Lex, have connected like never before.
Yeah, it's been wonderful to see. America wants to celebrate America, and I think America is looking for ways to celebrate America. And I think they have found it through this team and through this World Cup. And, you know, again, as an older guy, yes, it makes me feel incredibly happy and proud with what I see. But I also think that it's the way in which this team, and I can even call them a team, have supported the team on the field. And they are as important, believe me. This isn't just me saying that because they're here. They are important because of a number of reasons, not the least of which is this is an American culture. This is an American community. This is an America that isn't going to settle. This is an America that isn't just happy to be at a World Cup. This is an American soccer culture, my friend, that is greedy, that wants more. And the reason why they can justify that greed and that type of notion is because of the quality on the field. These players came to this World Cup, they won hearts and minds, and it has just grown. And more people are coming into the tent, whether they've been following soccer all their lives or whether they've just picked it up. And my friend, it is a fun tent. It is a tent that likes to party, and we are going to hopefully continue this party for a long time to come.
Can I talk now?
Yes, you may.
Oh, I didn't know Buxton get a chance. Oh, thank you. I mean, if this team wants to be one of the best U.S. men's teams of all time, they need to win games like today. This is, to your point, this has kind of been our bogey situation, not being able to get past the round of 16. And if you want to be along the teams of 2002 or go on to the semifinals and be the teams of 1930s, you need to win games like today. And I'm looking forward to that battle in midfield between Tillman, McKinney, and Adams versus Onana and Tillmans. I think it's going to be great. Both teams are going to go at it. We're playing against a top 10 side. We're going against a team that, has a higher FIFA ranking than us, and I think that's going to make for a more exciting game. No team is going to sit back. Both teams are going to go for it. It's going to be wide open, and I expect a lot of goals.
Look, and, this fan base, America has fallen in love with this team, and I'm greedy. I'd like to win, but if they don't win, this has still been an absolutely massive success, in my opinion. I do think that they can win. They have the capability of winning. They have the players. They have Pochettino, who's leading this squad. But the way in which they have displayed on the field the grit, the determination, the way they're playing, the way they're scoring goals, the way they're together, I just think that is what America loves to see, and they've united our entire country, which has been absolutely unbelievable.
But also what America loves to see is winners. And this team so far have been winners. But this is a big, big test for this team. This is a big test for this generation. It's a big test for American soccer.
Is the U.S. the favorite today versus number 9 Belgium?
Nope. I think they're back in the underdog role. But make no mistake, this is not the Belgium team that we saw in 2014. This is a beatable team. I'm not saying this U.S. team can't screw this up. They absolutely can. But again, the quality and attitude that we have seen through this tournament, they have to be licking their chops with what is on offer right here for them in Seattle and across the country, the people that are behind them. But ultimately, the whistle's going to blow, and they got to do the job.
Brian Adams saying about the summer of '69. We're all going to remember the summer of 2026. Seattle, we're about to head inside. I just want to thank you. I want to thank you for everything you did 17 days ago. I want to thank you for everything you're doing today. I want to thank you for getting the U.S. to the round of 16. Let's take this party inside and get a win. And let's go to the quarterfinals. Seattle. The U.S. looking to set up a quarterfinal date with Spain, who took care of Portugal earlier today. 2 confirmed matchups already for the quarterfinal round. France, Morocco, Boston. That one on Thursday. Norway, England square off in Miami on Saturday. 2 co-hosts, Mexico and the Canadians, they have crashed out. Can the U.S. avoid the same fate today? Here's a look at the rest of today's team. Just behind us inside the stadium, Rebecca Lowe, Thierry Henry, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Match announcers, John Strong, Stu Holden, Emmy winner Tom Rinaldi, and Jenny Taft, who's been embedded with the U.S. team throughout this impressive run here at the World Cup.
It's a moment 32 years in the making. The United States on home soil. It's the United States on the board! There's your 2 stars, America. The Americans are here. In the building. But it's Freeman who punches it home. And the building shakes in Seattle. They are marching on to the knockout round. Turkey score the winning goal. Full steam ahead. Go make history. Has changed the game completely. Yes, can be right card. What is country needed the most? Your brilliance. Down the man, but up 2 goals.
The United States in Seattle for the 2nd time at this World Cup. If they prevail, the Americans would head to LA to take on Spain. They've already had 2 matches in the LA area. The 2 matches in Dallas. Tournament conclusion Sunday, July 19th, inside New York, New Jersey Stadium. Back in 94, when the States last hosted the World Cup. It was not a curiosity for the U.S. States. Also this summer, the crowds have created home field advantage everywhere they have gone. Low Balogun being available afforded Mauricio Pochettino the chance to repeat the same 11 from the last match. We'll talk about it.
USA! 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 USA!
The Bank of America customized cash rewards Visa card for life's rewarding moments. Earn 6% cash back in the category of your choice, like online shopping, for the first year from account opening.
This summer, the Cup is bigger than ever, and DraftKings has you covered wherever you live. Every match, every goal, every iconic celebration that gets blown out of proportion by the international media. Pinkies up.
New DraftKings customers, spend $5 and get $200 in total bonuses, and get in the game nationwide with DraftKings. Now live in all 50 states. The crown is yours.
Hi, I'm Katie from Long Home. We're lighting up your summer with red, white, and huge savings.
It's the Long Home 4th of July flash sale. Get a brand new bathroom remodel for as low as $149 a month, plus a free mow and shower head upgrade, a $2,000 value. The Long name has been trusted for 4 generations to transform homes just like yours. Don't wait. The 4th of July flash sale ends July 11th.
Call Long Home, Maryland, D.C., and Virginia's #1 home improvement company.
Because trust goes a long way.
We invited passionate soccer fans to push Nissan vehicles to the limit, just like they do with their teams. Further proof that the Nissan lineup is tested and trusted by the toughest. Hurry in to bring home a winning offer at the Nissan Summer Sales Event.
Now well-qualified buyers get 0% APR on select model trims, or get Sentra starting at just $22,600.
sponsored by American Express in front of Matt Freeze. A back line that includes Stalwarts, Crystal Palace centre-half, Chris Richards, Ron Marshall. That's the next then to Matt Freeze, and now we animate our Wizards defence as well. They've done well so far this tournament. Dangerous goals. What Tillman can do in set pieces we know all about. Christian Pulisic will make his third start of the tournament, and Flo Balogun leads the attack a day after finding out that FIFA suspended his red card from the round of 32 and that he was free to play today. Here was his manager Mauricio Pochettino in our Jimmy Tap just moments ago.
Mauricio, with the Ballo news and the last 24 hours, how have you kept this team focused and not distracted by the outside noise?
Well, outside is outside. I think we were focused in do our job, is to prepare the game in the best condition. Of course, to have all the players available always is a good news. Of course, to be or to have the possibility to have Ballo again with us and being available is important for the team.
What does Ballo specifically mean to this team, bring to this team?
Well, I think he scored 3 goals, and I think he's doing a fantastic job. Well, that's why it's good news for us, and I think it's important for the team. I hope that today he can show his quality.
Let's talk their opponent, shall we? In goal for Belgium, and the man many see as the best in the world in his position, Thibaut Courtois. 20 World Cup appearances today, fighting with Cuba Luis, or second among goalkeepers, behind only Manuel Neuer. So let's have a look at the starting lineup for Belgium. Courtois sits behind Brandon, Matchday, and Nathan Boy. Yuri Tillmans scored the latest goal in World Cup history last time out against Senegal. Leandro Trossard has found the back of the net twice at this World Cup. Scored twice against the US in a 5-2 friendly victory in March. He's surprisingly didn't start today. Kevin De Bruyne, Jeremy Doku, and Romelu Lukaku all available on the bench. Let's show you the United States players coming up to warm up.
Down here on the field, we've seen the lineups now. What's the big picture theme that you think is going to be significant in this game?
The game is 90 minutes. The U.S. are going to have to play all 90 minutes absolutely dialed in. And one of the things in Rudy Garcia's team selections, and Terry was talking about this as well a little bit, they have a lot of options off the bench, but I think in the first half really trying to match the athleticism and the intensity and the energy at which the U.S. will play with. This is a game at this stage in the competition that we have seen so far. Can't make mistakes, you will get punished. As the U.S. team facing the best team they will face the tournament in this sport. It's a young group. We heard so much about the maturity of this group. We will see how mature they are in game management. But go get that early goal, because I think the team that scores the first goal tonight wins the game.
90-minute game, and as Mauricio Pochettino reiterated to us at practice yesterday, they're going to have to win this as a whole group, not one player, whether that's Belgium or someone else. We're so excited for this, Rebecca. Back to you.
Guys, thank you very much. And we have gone from 3 to our normal 4. Alexi Lalas has braved the crowd.
Beautiful. I miss you guys. Well, you want to attack the ball, especially for you, my friend. But let's go.
Yes, we will defense for a couple of days.
I know.
I think we're starting in there.
Work my way back.
Romelu Lukaku of this team. Okay, let's look at the starting lineup for the US men's national team. Of course, Balogun starts, unsurprisingly now that we have the new today. Very few in this squad. This is about as strong as you can hope for at this stage of the tournament, isn't it?
Runs itself when it comes to this 11, and rightfully so, because to your point, this is the 11 that has played the best. We also have Christian Pulisic, who has had a little bit more rest and a little bit more time. We still haven't seen, as we talked earlier in the show, a Christian Pulisic definitive type of game. It would be great to have it here today, but as you guys have been talking about, they are up against this Belgian team. I think for the first time in this tournament here, we're going to see the U.S.
playing a team where the U.S. is kind of back in that underdog role. I think that's a good thing. They're comfortable in that. It doesn't mean that they're going to conquer by any stretch of the imagination, but they're going to have to be patient through this game. But this is the 11. This is the 11 for the U.S. There's plenty of talent on the bench to come off, and we'll see how the game starts and how it goes against this Belgian team that's going to ask questions of this U.S. maybe in ways that we haven't seen yet in this tournament.
Well, certainly in ways later in the game as well, when they have all that strength to come off the bench, and the likes of Jeremy Doku especially. Shatan picking out a player that you know really well in the heart of that midfield, but also he's everywhere, all World Cup long, Weston McKennie.
Weston McKennie is probably the player that Pochettino trusts most. He has been starting every game. He's a box player. He's a guy that runs a lot without the ball, gives support to the strikers. He's back to the defense when he needs to defend. And he's a player that doesn't get a lot of credit, but the players knows and the coach knows what he means to the team. This is what he has been doing all the tournament. And he can score goals also. That's the important quality for a not holding, but a box midfielder. So he's an important piece for Pochettino.
Another important piece is the man they didn't think was going to be able to play today until yesterday when they found out Fred Balogun could play. So talk us through, and we're going to have a look at some examples as well, Thierry, that you've picked out of what Flo Balogun brings.
Like they said, don't hate the player, hate the game. He's on the field, he's going to play. So no, what he does is he runs all the time in beyond, and I love that. Any strikers out there, if you're looking at this, please do it. And Zlatan, we've been in that situation. We're going to highlight Balogun here, as you're going to see. Boom. Making that first run. He would have been available. He's running. He's like, hey, play me. Usually, what do? Usually, striker, we complain. Yeah. We say we don't move again. Now, he's moving again. Watch. He's always alert. He doesn't get it again. Doesn't matter. Watch. He never, ever stops. Look at that one. Same thing. He's always asking for the ball in behind. Always moving. Look at what Bosnia is doing. They're dropping. Although they're getting the ball now. Same thing. Look at that. Look. As soon as they get the ball, they look for him. And he runs in behind. He's always on the shoulder of the last defender, and he runs in behind straight away. Even though the ball didn't come, he runs. And they know that. The midfielders know that. They don't wait to give him the ball. They give him the ball all the time. Once again, if you are a center forward out there, always running. One thing that he does, look at the intensity he puts in that front. Look at that. He goes and puts pressure with his team. They all do it. He's alert. He goes, trying to put pressure on the goalkeeper. Ball's going to go. He comes back to make sure that he's not offside. But watch what he does. As soon as they get the ball back, he runs in behind. Not a lot of grass, but still gets the ball, finishes, and he celebrates like LeBron James. And he's it. The USA can believe with that guy on the field.
He is having himself a tournament this summer in more ways than one. Memorable for sure for Colin Balogun. Well, Jameis Winston has gotten to know different supporter groups throughout this World Cup, and today he made his way to Seattle to spend some time with the American Outlaws. Let's see how that one went with Jameis on Fox, sponsored by Coca-Cola.
The troops are ready. The horses are prepared for the battle, but victory is coming from the Lord. Our USA men's national team is ready to go for battle with Belgium for this knockout stage, down to 16 match. A historical day is coming to play. We ready? We heat up our souls right now to heat us up some Belgium hot chocolate. I hope you're ready. I hope you tune in. It's going to be a masterpiece, a W safe piece. Let's go USA. Let's go USA.
Crowd expected at Seattle Stadium. It is the US against Belgium, a quarter-final spot on the line. The winner books a date with Spain. This US team set out on a mission this summer to captivate the nation. And coming up, we examine why Mauricio Pochettino's men are succeeding beyond anyone's imagination. Back in a moment.
FIFA World Cup 2026 today on Fox is presented by Google.
That World Cup's still something special.
When you buy an all-new Toyota RAV4, you're not just getting a great deal on a reliable vehicle today. You're getting the comfort, tech, and style you deserve in efficient plug-in hybrid and hybrid options, both with a total range around 600 miles. And as a KBB Best Buy for 2026, it's recognized as one of the smartest values on the road today. That's Toyota affordability. Buy smart, drive for less, and trade for more. Toyota, let's go places.
Termites, they never wait for an invite. They just enter your home, then chew and bite. By the time you notice, your house is their meal. Better let Guardian Termite and Pest Control take the wheel. To find out what these uninvited pests really reveal, our trusted technicians detect termite infestations fast and use advanced treatments that last. Get 10% off a full termite treatment today and keep those critters away. If something is bugging you, call Guardian Termite and Pest Control today. Visit guardian-pestcontrol.com.
This football is so confusing.
I can help. Think of cards in football as the opposite to your Sapphire Reserve card. Red cards make it harder for you to earn points. This card earns you 3 times the points on dining.
Thank you.
Also, you get a $300 credit on travel. You ready? Yeah. Yes. And 2 yellow cards means that you're out, but that card gets you and 2 gets in here.
Experience the card that's remarkably rewarding. Chase Sapphire Reserve.
Howdy, Roadrunner. You're very fast.
Well, I drink Red Bull.
But you do realize...
Yes, Red Bull gives you wings, but, I'm scared of heights.
Oops.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Red Bull Zero. 0 sugar, low calories. Tried it yet?
Chippy, this Friday we're in Frederick, Maryland. Say it louder. I love Dixon! Quietly carrying Maryland.
This country has been waiting for this match, and here we go. Mulligan's gone, full Mulligan. He'll do the LeBron celebration. Your brilliance when his country needed it most. An all-American performance that makes me proud to be American.
So the US looking for their 4th win in this summer's World Cup and their 2nd here in Seattle. Mauricio Pochettino's side aiming for a quarter-final place tonight at the expense of Belgium. Now with America celebrating its 250th birthday this summer, this US team are playing their part in bringing joy across the country. For more on that, we send you down to Tom Rinaldi.
What an atmosphere here, Rebecca. As we consider the experience of this World Cup and all it's brought to us this summer, it gives us a chance not to focus on the borders or the beliefs that sometimes divide us, but an event with the power to do the exact opposite, unite us. And that's what's been happening through this tournament, this team, this run. As Matthew McConaughey helps us explain, this rectangle is planted with a special gift to connect us.
Planted in our earth, rooted in our soil. But with the practice of patience and the care of cultivation, through weather, labor, and time, the blades of grass form and then transform. A sod farm to a playing field. Piece of countryside to a beckoning stage, a patch of land to a common ground. Oh, but watch how it grows into a turf that supports the weight of a nation's hopes. into a place that transcends language, into an event where cultures bond through competition and rise in celebration. Compelled by a simple ball and a beautiful game.
The timing is changed the game completely.
These lined fields, serving as the grandest stages on earth. These measured rectangles, gleaming theaters, with unscripted plays that allow us this gift. An emerald canvas where every chant has a place in our human chorus. Daring, dream, and wish.
Why not us?
For a common goal, a common good, upon our common ground.
And take a look right now as we head into Seattle Stadium, and you can feel this atmosphere as we come up and over the famous triangle. And you can hear this crowd roar. Thanks to Matthew McConaughey and his film, The Rivals of Benziah King, in select theaters August 14th, nationwide August 21st. We know he's going to be watching with millions of others to see how this script unfolds and how this movie ends, Rebecca. We can't wait.
Tom, thank you. What a beautiful piece. Alexi, I want to start with you. You've known this is coming for a number of years. How has what has happened in this country, both on and off the field, compared to perhaps your expectations coming in?
Oh, it's exceeded my expectations. You know, when I think back 32 years and what America was as a soccer country and culture, you know, as the saying goes, you've come a long way, baby, and we certainly have. It's kind of like you see a band when they're first starting out in a club, and it's, you know, it's raw and it's almost intimate, and then you see that band grow and grow and grow, and next they're playing a stadium, and they're two completely different experiences. They can be incredibly impressive, but they're different. I love what is happening here. I love what is happening to my country through this World Cup and through this sport. It makes me incredibly happy. It makes me incredibly proud, and I enjoy sharing it with everybody.
It's kind of perfect that while you were answering that, Country Roads just started to be played around this stadium, the new anthem of this US men's national team. Zlatan, is this what you expected when you signed up for this gig?
I mean, I'm here. There is a reason why I'm here. A World Cup without Zlatan is not a World Cup. There is still more to come. So it has been amazing. It has been great. This is all about what the World Cup is. So bring the whole world together. Everybody's welcome, and it's connecting everybody. So that's the beauty with World Cup.
Thierry, you've lived in the States, you've played in the States, you've managed over here too. Did you think this, not just here today, but what we've seen over the last 3 to 4 weeks, with not just the USA, but all the teams and all the fans, did you think it would look like this one day?
Yes. And I've been saying it for a very long time. I said it since December. This country is a sleeping giant when it comes to football. I will say football. This country is a beast. But you need to go about it the right way. You need to believe that you can. I've been saying it for a very long time. This country, usually when they touch a sport, they usually dominate it. And I know, I've been saying it for a long time, since I've been here, since I left, when I'm in Europe, I always say to people, do not sleep on the US. Do not. But do they want to wake up? Do they want it? Do they believe in it? That's a different ball game. I always did. And I always did say, when I'm in Europe, oh yeah. But you have to go about it the right way. And have the right foundation. There's a good foundation right now. Hopefully you can build on that. I always believe, and I will never change and not stutter.
This World Cup has given us, as Americans, a view through the lens of others as they see this country through the World Cup. And it's given us perspective, and I think maybe even some appreciation. And then, obviously, the people that have visited the country, hopefully they have a completely different perspective when it comes to what we are as America.
A huge choir belting out Country Roads before kick-off as we edge towards this game between the USA and Belgium. The first North American World Cup in 32 years, by the way, matching attendance record. We've already got past the 6 million mark, and United States fans certainly doing their part. Seattle Stadium is going to be packed to the rafters with US fans today. Can their presence push this team into the last 8? We will pick out our players to watch ahead of this one. 21 minutes to go.
Not bad. You guys see this?
Control the ball. Cut off my foot. And it's
DoorDash. How we're made determines how far we go. So for those who are strong, those who are powerful, those who aren't afraid to push their limits, the world of greater awaits. Greater journeys, greater experiences, greater memories. The first ever Kia Telluride Turbo Hybrid is ready.
Look at this. We got the MLB All-Star Game in Philadelphia. This is how America celebrates a birthday. A night of American celebration, July 14th on Fox.
FIFA World Cup 2026 pre-kick is presented by Adidas.
2002 is still the only World Cup that the US has played a quarterfinal match. A win today and they're back in the Elite Eight. Let's check in once again with Jenny Taft.
This game will demand the highest version of ourselves. That's one of the many messages from Mauricio Pochettino to his players before this match. I've had a close eye on Folarin Balogun, available to play starting tonight. He didn't want to chat with me before this one, saying he wanted to let his play do the talking and talk after the match. But his players tell me he is ready for the moment. Some are calling this the biggest game ever for U.S. soccer. Tim Ream told me the moment you say that, you become distracted. I asked him about the last 24 hours, the highest of highs, Balo's back, criticism from the outside. He said, we are so close. We are a family. Nothing can get in the way of what we plan to do. Continue to make history.
Jenny, thank you. When they announced the starting lineups here inside Seattle Stadium, the loudest pop was reserved for Flo Balogun. The U.S. trying to get to just their second ever quarterfinal appearance on a World Cup stage, first since 2002. Rob Stone, Carly Lloyd, and Clint Dempsey back here with you. We want to hit a couple players that our eyes are really focused on today. We begin with Malik Tillman, who had his Kurt Schilling bloody sock moment last time out a couple days ago in the Bay Area. Before he took that free kick, that's a look at what he was dealing with, and he was still able to bend that ball into the net, as Dr. Dempsey showed us earlier.
Yeah, welcome to the lab. No, Silvan has been the man. But it's hard to mention him without mentioning also McKinney and Adams. They've been amazing in midfield. What's impressed me about Tillman is his work off the ball. His running for his teammates to get open, but also the work he's doing defensively. We've always known his quality that he has, being able to be creative, use his flicks, use his skill to create opportunities for the players around him. And I think this battle will be won in midfield today.
And look, big-time players show up in big moments, and we are all awaiting Christian Pulisic to show up. This is his opportunity to do so. This game actually sets him up to have success, especially out wide. The Belgians will want to get their fullbacks high, and he can take advantage of that space in transition. 1v1s, he's got to be exceptional and get a goal.
Real quick, 3 Belgian stars start this one on the bench. How does that impact the way the U.S. is going to attack that first 45?
Look, you know, I don't know what the game plan is, but I think they're going to come out flying. I think no matter who they have starting and coming off the bench with a De Bruyne, Lukaku, Doku, it's going to be really hard to defend that.
To your point, we got to start the game quick. The longer this game goes on, the more pressure's on the U.S., especially getting to the second half. I think the game opens up even more, and then you have Kevin De Bruyne, and then you also have Doku coming on, like you said, that can change this game. So the longer the game goes on, how do we deal with that pressure? Hopefully we can get an early goal like we've done most of the games so far this tournament. And hey, it's going to be exciting stuff. Let's get our popcorn.
The Red Devils know they've got the cavalry waiting on the bench if they're needed. For more, we take you upstairs, Rebecca and the guys.
Rob, thank you so much. So many stars then on both sides hoping to leave their mark on today's match. So for our players to watch, sponsored by Adidas, we're going to focus first of all on one of those players the guys are talking about who will probably, Zlatan, come off the bench and affect this game in a big way. Who's that?
Romelu Lukaku. He's not in his best condition, but every time he has entered that pitch, he has done damage to the opponent. He's probably the most powerful player in this tournament. Not the most skillful, not the most technical, but the guy knows one thing, and that's scoring goals. He always did it in his career, and he's continuing to doing that. So when he comes in, I want to see those defenders handle him, because he's going to move them with ease, that I can tell you.
Normally on the left-hand side, Jeremy Doku will play for Belgium, not playing today. In his place, a player though who you think could be just as dangerous, Thierry.
I think I will reverse that. Luke Bakio is going to be on the right, Trossard is going to be on the left. But do not sleep on Luke Bakio, do not sleep on Charles de Ketelaere, because the big guns are on the bench. This guy in 1v1 can be lethal, come back on his left foot and score. He has that in his locker, and he's been waiting for a long time to be a starter. That's his chance. Let's see what's going to happen after, but be careful, Robinson.
And let's talk about a player we just saw warming up who looked like he had some sort of strapping for Belgium on his left leg.
Yeah, we don't quite know what that is all about yet, but we will not figure that out. But we know that he is eligible to play today, and he is starting today. And so much has been said about him over the last couple of days, and certainly 24 hours ago. Didn't think he was going to be playing this game, and then he got this card. And by the way, so U.S. Soccer, way to stick up and advocate for the player in this moment. And it may make all the difference, because this guy has had a wonderful tournament up there on top. The U.S. is better with Balogun on the field, and I'm delighted to see that he's going to be on the field.
And just real quick from a US perspective, when that team sheet dropped and you saw Doku on the bench, you saw De Bruyne on the bench, you must have been pretty happy.
I don't know. I don't care what the 11 is. By the way, all you guys do is talk about Lukaku, all right? He's so big, he's so strong. You don't think that our guys can handle a big, strong guy?
Trust me, we will move you away.
Come on. It is going to change the game if and when they come on the field. But I think our U.S. team is going to be prepared for it.
All right, chaps, thank you. Well, Christian Pulisic yet to find the back of the net at this World Cup. Tonight, he's hoping to shine against Belgium in Seattle, and he'll have the support of the entire country. United States fans gathering on football watch parties everywhere. To break that pattern today. In just a few moments, the teams will be out, and we will bring you the national anthems.
Did you know salsa was invented when Puerto Ricans took Cuban rhythms to New York? Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was born when the Japanese took judo to Brazil. When North African frying traditions met Spanish stew, Spain made the churros. After Jamaicans took their sound systems to the UK, the world got it. And this is what the world gets when 48 nations meet to play one beautiful game.
The Bank of America customized cash rewards Visa card. For life's rewarding moments. Earn 6% cash back in a category of your choice, like online shopping for the first year from account opening.
Do you believe in miracles? Yes.
Welcome to the party.
Hi. You okay? Yeah, just changing up my look. See that? I got a little low. See that brand new Hyundai Tucson? I only paid.
Well, you look stunning.
Enjoy your car. Feels so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR plus 0 payments for 90 days or 1.9% APR for 72 months on select models. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
This day was inevitable. You want to do something that's never been done? Go someplace you've never been? Eventually, you have to stop chasing the world's attention and start chasing the world's respect. Stand across from the baddest on the planet and not them. Look up at the rest of the planet. That isn't expectations. It's receipts. It's a reputation you can't buy. Names that shape the rise. Cold, hard facts.
And the building shakes in Seattle.
What do we have? Something you can't quantify. Something undeniable. Something they don't. Don't have history. Belgium, the USA.
For the US men's national team in the quarter-final of this World Cup, where they would meet Spain in LA on Friday. But that's if they can get past a strong Belgium team. Thierry Henry, this tournament, Belgium don't know when they're dead.
They battle, there are people on the bench, we already know that, but let's go back to what I said, and I will go back. I said quarterfinals, maybe semis. You're one step away. So let's see where you can go. And after that, we can think about Spain and crowning Mount Everest. That's the deal. I think we'll get ready to deal with that first and see where you can go.
Look at the team here at Seattle Stadium as they await the teams.
Please rise, if able, for the playing of the national anthem of Belgium. Please remain standing, if you're able, for the playing of the national anthem of the United States of America.
So on this first one, I'll knock you talk. Yeah.
Hi, I'm your neighbor.
We're having a watch party.
Would you like to come? Sounds like fun.
Yeah. Hey, Alec, what's up?
Hello, welcome. Come on in, guys.
Unlimited home internet that keeps everyone connected. When the connection matters, it has to be AT&T.
Turn back time when you're injured with Valvoline Restore and Protect, a first-of-its-kind motor oil that removes up to 100% of engine killing deposits and protects against future damage. Ask for Valvoline Restore and Protect at your next oil change.
FIFA World Cup 2026 on Fox is presented by the Home Depot.
Here we are again, same Seattle sunshine, same incredible atmosphere, but a very different game with a very different edge this evening. And it's the round of 16. It's win or go home at the World Cup between the United States and Belgium.
No changes for Mauricio Pochettino. And that means Phil Balogun is back in the lineup. 3 goals for him in this tournament. Went off with a red card against Bosnia-Herzegovina, but he gets the start in this one against Belgium. United States in the round of 16 against Belgium. Doesn't get much bigger and better than this for these players that have been waiting for this moment. Matt Friese in goal,
only one goal against him so far in the tournament. This will be his biggest test. And here come the Belgians. A couple of changes for them as well, but most notably, it's who's not starting. Jeremy Doku, Manchester City winger, on the bench. Kevin De Bruyne, one of the best players in the world, on the bench. I think they've gone with a lineup that can match the physicality and the speed of the United States. Onana gets a start in the middle of the field. Luka Bacchio on that right-hand side. Look out for him. He is dangerous. I expect Trossard to be on the left. Luka Bacchio on the right, cutting into his left. And De Ketelaere gets the start up front. One other important name, Lukaku. Look out for him in the second half.
This has been a wonderful 3.5 weeks. The way this team has played, and the way so many millions of you have embraced it, it's something Mauricio Pochettino has talked to us about a number of times. But this game was always going to be a little bit different. Because for all of the success the U.S. has had historically at World Cups, only once have they ever won in this round and advanced to the quarterfinal. It's a different type of opponent Rudy Garcia leads. This is one of Europe's elite. This is a team in the top 10 of FIFA's rankings. So this game was always going to be a bit different. And then yesterday happened. And that just adds a different emotional intensity. It adds a different scrutiny, both across this country of ours, but also globally as well. All the players can do, all they can control is how they perform. And how together this group is, how motivated they are to make real history. Because in the modern format of this FIFA World Cup, only once has a U.S. men's team played in a World Cup quarterfinal. And that was a quarter century ago. And all the while the European champions, Spain, watch in Dallas to find out who they will face off with in that quarterfinal Friday afternoon in Los Angeles. One of the very special days in the history of the sport in this country. Can it be capped off with a victory? And we are underway. It is the United States in the dark blue. It is Belgium in the very light blue. It's a U.S. team that had to really work for Wednesday in Santa Clara in an early shot which was blocked by Alex Freeman from Belgium. They took the lead against Bosnia and Herzegovina. They were reduced to 10 men with that video review red card. And they grinded out the rest of the way for just a second knockout stage win in their history.
And Jorginho Dest thought that was going to be their ball. Well, look out for the long throw here from De Kuiper. So they're going to put early pressure on that freeze.
Maxime De Kuiper going to set up a long throw. Gets it in deep. Richards got his head to it. Pulisic's got to get it clear. Can't get it clear. The follow-through shot was blocked. A second follow-up. That might be the best save Matt Freeze has made all tournament. It comes 48 seconds into this game. And that's a man who knows from big saves. Hugo Lloris, the World Cup winner.
When you get an applause from Lloris, you know it's been a great save. Just not clear at the top of the box from the U.S. The second one was a good block. And then that shot's going in. Freeze at full extension. Set pieces will be a key for both teams in this match.
That was Timothy Castagna who took it. It's De Kuiper once again on the corner. Freeze coming in off a 3-save shutout, including some early action in that game against Bosnia and Herzegovina. And Mohamed of Jordan is our referee. This is a big game for him. For a long, dramatic build-up.
Yeah, they ran too early, so he's trying to reset up this set play here.
Kuiper sends it in. Freeze takes it home. Anthony Robinson didn't get there. It's the second early save from that Freeze. Off the head of Paulo De Ketelaere. So it's a Belgian team. They were in this building a week ago. They were down 2 goals with 5 minutes left. It was the latest comeback in a knockout stage game in World Cup history. They forced extra time with Senegal. They won it with the latest goal in the history of the World Cup. So they're coming in a little bit battle-hard, maybe a little bit fatigued as well, potentially. You talked about the lineup changes. Overall, what do you expect?
I expect that this is a game the U.S. are going to have to be locked in for 90 minutes. They passed.
Did they get on the end of that quickly? Take a throw. He clips it up in the air. Tillman is not going to reach it out for a U.S. throw.
And just a reminder, as we're trying to get our points in here, this game is going to be fast, intense, but it's exactly what you would expect from 2 high-quality teams. Belgium have experience. They have quality all over the field. They play in big games all the time. For many of these players on the field, for the U.S. right now, biggest game of their lives. They've talked about the off the ball early. I've said I think he could have a very big game in this one if he gets the space and time, but is aggressive in the ball. But at the beginning, U.S. has to be the team that matches the intensity.
Richards is going to get there first. Keselar was trying to catch him there, going back to freeze the goalkeeper, and he knocks it off of Belgium for a throw. For Weston McKenna. Des, Russell Carroll one, knocked away by the second man through Onana. Osana taken immediately off the ball. McKenny, early angle in, but it's not going to get there. Thibaut Courtois, one of the best goalkeepers in the world of his generation, his first touch of the ball. Courtois playing today his 20th game in a World Cup, most of any Belgian in history, third most of any goalkeeper. It includes the game where he and Belgium beat the United States in this round in 2014. That's first to that header from Freeman. Direct traffic, doesn't like what he sees for a Belgian throw.
Things I'm really interested in early in this game is you're going to look back at Castagne's shot. That ball is bending. It's bending even more in slow motion. But freeze. What concentration. Top hand up. And it had to be a strong hand too. That's a terrific save. And you get a better look at it on that replay there.
U.S. fans wanted a handball there.
Tom Rinaldi said it really well before the game. The U.S. won with 10 against Bosnia, but today they played with 12. That 12th man is the crowd. And this crowd was one of the best we have experienced, and they will be important in motivating and pushing this team throughout the game.
It goes by Ngoy, and it will run all the way through to Matt Freese. Don't underestimate the significance of that early save for Freese. This is the biggest game of his life. Former college soccer player at Harvard, plays for New York City FC and MLS. 5 saves so far at this tournament, but none of the truly top-level category. That might have, in fact, be the biggest save he's made in his 19 games as the starting goalkeeper for the United States, particularly because it came so early. Listen to media pressure taken off the ball by Onana. So Pulisic lost his first 2 goals today.
Yeah, just a couple touches that are getting a little sticky, stuck under his foot. Just trying to watch how the United States are looking to build and to break down this Belgian defense. McKenny really in possession is coming far wide and right, and you've got the wingers, the fullbacks on both sides pushing inside. Dest is coming inside to make space. I think, again, they want to find ways to get McKenny on the ball and create, as they have done all too. U.S.'s strength in attack has been their unpredictability by moving players around and creating matchups that they want, all centered around Flo Bauer.
Did well. There's the body up on the Keselar. Don't allow him to even challenge for that. Freeman, the 21-year-old, very young player. Have to show composure in big moments. That's another 50-50 call gone against the U.S. Luka Bacchio now, slowed up by Tyler Adams. But he gets around Adams to the second opportunity. Wide to Castagna. Cross on the deck. It's missing. That was a wonderful look for Yuri Tielemans, who scored twice in the last game, and he just mishit it.
They get away with one here. Pulisic stops his run, tracking back with Castagna here. He does the overlap, so they get the overload situation that they want. And Pulisic just stopped running with him and left Anthony Robinson 2 against 1. The ball was cut back. It was a great look for Tielemans, expecting him to just sweep that into the back of the net. But the first thing you see is just the difference now in competition. The athleticism of Belgium, closing down space, putting the U.S. under pressure. It's going to be important 1v1 duels all across the field, but you can't can't leave players and not make that run tracking back. You can't leave guys 2v1.
He's got a hesitation, but he gets there in front of Luca Bacchio, and those two collide. It's what we said. This is a different type of game against a different type of opponent from the prior four. Long run for Trossard, brings it down. Freeman out to meet him now. Freeman blocks the cross. Prevents the corner. It's infield. The U.S. is hesitating. A bouncing ball picked up in the box. And that's the opening goal for Belgium. There's the Cancellara. First to react to there on the cross. The U.S. players froze defensively. And now they are in an early hole against Belgium.
Mauricio Pochettino, you saw him there looking at the replay of that on their screen thinking, what are we doing? It was the thing we said before kickoff. When you play against teams like this, you can't make mistakes. You get punished. Quite simply put. And as this ball pops up in the air, it's a great block by Freeman initially, but then it's Des McKenny. Everybody's looking at it thinking someone else is going to play the ball. As you see, as this ball gets switched to the far side, Freeman does really well blocking this first cross from Trossard. But now look, you've got 3 U.S. bodies as it pops up here. You've got a couple guys thinking, is it me, is it you? And they just sneak inside, and he is onside to Kittlelock, playing on the shoulder of the last defender, Tim Ream. It's a great ball across goal. And Belgium take the early lead, punishing the United States for making a mistake in their box. How do you respond? First time the U.S. have gone behind with the first goal. They have scored the first goal in every game to this point.
This is where the home crowd in Seattle is going to be so important. Sharon Cancellara, his first World Cup goal. He was a prodigy for Belgium as a 21-year-old, made a huge move to AC Milan. Struggled to make that pan out, but he's starting ahead of Romelu Lukaku, their all-time leading scorer. So that's a huge moment for him individually as the pass is behind Destiny slips. And this is a key 5 moments right here for the U.S. to show some composure and work their way back into this game as the Cancellara is tripped up. Just a little kick there you saw from Tyler Adams. Johnny and Patina barely with G. Colina talking with Jill Ellis. Alex Morgan in there. Cindy Parlow Cohen, bottom left, president of the U.S. Soccer Federation. Look at that discrepancy. 6 shots to none in the opening 11 minutes. We were so worried about the second half of this game. The U.S. has been the top scoring team in the first half at this World Cup. Can they get themselves going here? Good interception by Castagna there as Ream was trying to pick out Pulisic.
And I think the other thing Belgium are doing well right now is they're not trying to play through the U.S. press. They simply said, look, we're going to force you out a little bit. We're not trying to find those little slip balls to Anana. We don't want to give the ball away in the middle of the field. And then they're playing direct and over the top, trying to test the back line of the United States. And so far it has been working.
Freeman, good defensive work there. Trossard. We're going to score that goal against Australia in the game here a couple weeks ago. That goal's out of play.
They do just look a little nervy, though, don't they? The U.S. Heavy touches, balls going out of bounds, turnovers in the middle of the field, a little bit late on some of those tackles. That's when you've gone from being the aggressor in every game, and you've had such a great start and an intensity, and all of a sudden now somebody's right up in your face.
Richard just got hit in the face, and Chris Richards is down. The indispensable members of this team, one of the key leaders at the back, Birmingham, Alabama native. And the U.S. team has been in camp since the last week in May, and they have talked about being battle-tested, the strength of the games that they've played this year, including a bad loss against Belgium in March, the games against Senegal and Germany, right before the World Cup. The togetherness and the spirit they feel that this group has is good. A lot of them have said of any team they've ever been a part of, that has to show now. Ream was late. The Kentalar is going to keep that ball in play. Anthony Robinson won the initial battle for the ball. He can't do anything about that on the outside. Lukabakio running in. Adams bodies it off it. Reset wide to Kentalara. Anthony Robinson waiting. Lukabakio now. It was coming for De Kentalara. Back heel attempt there. Zilamonte can't get it clear. Trossard was there to pick it up. Melissa can't get it clear. Onana holds it in. Flipped in now, and that'll be a comfortable catch for Freeze as Trossard was in the air.
Well, because the U.S. have not been able to really get pressure, Alex Freeman trying to get this team and this crowd going. In games like this, you need a moment. You need something to go your way. A possession, a tackle, because they're under siege right now, this U.S. team.
Trossard will line it up from a long ways out and put it over.
But the point I was going to make is that because Belgium have so much of the ball in the attacking part of the field, and they're so comfortable in possession, they have fullbacks high and wide. They have numbers advantages all over the field. So now the U.S.'s best attacking players, as you look at the goal again, the Kentalar is not going to get many easier finishes than that, but that's just being in the right place, timing his run, staying on side, coming off that U.S. mistake. But the U.S.'s attacking players right now have to come back and track back and deal with these fullbacks. So Pulisic's doubling down, and Dest is coming back, so they're not a threat the other way. The U.S. need to have something attacking-wise that keeps those fullbacks a little bit more honest and keeps the numbers advantage in their favor defensively.
Robinson for Weston McKay, too far for him. There, got a piece of that ball. Anthony Robinson got a pocket bit, won it back, couldn't play inside for Adams. Quarter hour gone. It's been a tough opening 15 minutes for the U.S. Matt Freeze with that huge save in the opening minute. 9-minute goal for Belgium. And they start to look again like the team that they have been at this World Cup so far, even against a much higher quality opponent than they've played at this World Cup so far.
I think we're about 7-ish minutes away from the hydration break. Just looking at the U.S. defensive pressing structure, it's too easy for Belgium right now. It's basically Balogun against 3. Belgium are building out with 3 players on the map. McKennie's having to drop back a little bit deeper in midfield, so the U.S. just can't get the same type of pressure on the ball that they have been doing. They get a good look at it here. As they start to cycle it out, they've always got an extra man. So Tillman did a good job stepping out that time and forced that long ball that has now resulted in an offside. They're going to have to adjust in real time, but I do think that would be the first real opportunity for Pochettino tactically to try to shift this a little bit.
I asked Mauricio Pochettino yesterday, how do you win these type of games? He laughed and said, I don't know, I've never been in one of them. Ask me again after. But he's such a coach that is so big on the mental side of the game. And as he said to us, more so than anything tactically or physically, the spirit that these guys have walking around the field at the end of practice and just kind of chatting with each other. So that's what's going to help us win these types of games, that we stick together in these moments. But in saying that, the U.S. Soccer Federation took a big swing, spent a lot of money to bring in Mauricio Pochettino a little bit less than 2 years ago. And this is the type of game, and this hydration break in a few moments is exactly the type of moment why you do that. What can he do with this opportunity? Man down for Belgium in some pain right now is Amadou Onana. The play's going to be stopped so he can be looked at.
He hasn't started since the first match for Belgium. He went off in that match with an injury, missed the game against Iran. Then came back, had 2 appearances. Cameos basically off the bench, so seeing him back in the starting lineup, that was a significant change for Belgium. He brings a lot in the middle of the field. Now, the players are coming over to the bench right now. This will be interesting how the referee, he's going to say no. Because the U.S. almost were trying to use this as a tactical timeout, which Pochettino still is trying to communicate stuff. Just
can't stop him from talking.
Yeah. Right down below us to our left. But I was going to add to your point about Pochettino. There is only so much you can do as a coach tactically within this sport, to where there's an element of when you put the players out on the field, the players have to execute and perform. There's nothing tactically Pochettino could have done on that first goal. That's just a couple of guys looking at the ball, not communicating, and then boom, that's why you're down 1-0. So it's not like, look, Belgium have been the better team. They've created the more chances. But this has not been a landslide by any means. There's a lot of time left for these guys on the field to get this going here.
Amadou Onana, who was actually born in Senegal, but he was raised in Belgium. Plays at Aston Villa in the Premier League with Yuri Tielemans. As you mentioned, having been a starter at the last World Cup, he's been more often coming off the bench, so it's a big spot for him to be given this opportunity. It's a Belgium team, not just how good they've been when they scored the first goal. They've actually not been beaten in any game since March of last year. They're on the second longest unbeaten run in their country's history. The only longer run was a team that made the semi-final at the World Cup in 2018, the best Belgian team of the modern era. And a few players from that team, that golden generation, are still a part of this squad as Anthony Robinson tackles it out. The question right now is whether Onana can continue. The answer looks to be no. And they've got a substitute up already, Ranzanaken, who has been a starter for them at this tournament. So an early blow for Belgium to have to lose one of their starters to an apparent injury. They're going to hold the sub now. So Belgium are playing with 10, but they have an attacking throw. It's sent in deep. It's Weston McKennie who heads away. Job not done. Back in by Castagna, back post. Richards rising up to get it away. Adams in, almost collided with Pulisic, able to get rid of it. Balogun collision with a couple defenders. Balogun's going to chase this one. Had to be alert to come out and get it. Gives it away. Going to be bashed for. There's a second man down for Belgium right now. As part of that collision with Balogun a while ago. U.S. don't have to kick this ball out so he can get looked at. It's the referee's purview if he wants to stop the game, and he does now. It's from the Mekele, their center back who's down.
Should have period also give Belgium a chance to make their sub. He almost had the same situation with the ball up in the air, but eventually I think it was Tyler Adams who took charge. Mekele ends up colliding with his own teammate, which is, I think, why you hear the response from this Seattle crowd. Now, I've talked a lot about this atmosphere. I think even what I'm feeling from the players and the crowd is a little bit of nerves. A long, good attacking spell for the U.S. would go a long way in bringing everybody into this game, including themselves.
So Ranzanaken is on. Mekele is able to continue after being down for a moment. Dest drives it inside. Tillman, and he couldn't make that pass across the field. Intercepted by Luca Bacchio. There's Tillman flying through from behind, couldn't get there to Ketelar, the goal scorer. Going to return. Luca Bacchio beat to
What a run from Luca Bacchio, and an even better run from Tyler Adams. Tracked him from the middle of the field. And those little moments I'm talking about, that could be one as well. It's just U.S. turning over the ball as Onana's going to make his way to the Belgian locker room. That's nothing. You never want to see that for any player taking part in a game like this. Comes a long ball again, long and direct, bypassing that U.S. press. They know that is a strength. And they've been winning some of these second balls, but look how much...
Freeze backed off. Richards almost gave it away. He needs some help. As the Ketelar wrestled Ream off the initial ball in the air. Robinson was leaning back for Dest, but McKinney came to get it.
But you understand now if you're the U.S. what they're doing. So this means now you need your center backs, your defenders, whoever's attacking the ball. Get a good starting position, win that header. You have to be aggressive. If you hesitate, you're going to get pinned. You're going to get that ball like that one where it pops up. Chris Richards is now nervous going back to his own goal. You know what the opponent is doing. So it becomes a game about first and second balls.
So Pulisic, they get him going. Here's Alex Freeman. Now for Serginho Dest. Freeman, Tillman, kind of back heel, it was blocked though. Tillman's there, got to fill the way, but it's given right back to the U.S. Next stoppage of play to the first half hydration break. hydration break. Sean de Ketelaere gets his 7th career goal for his country, the difference maker right now here in Seattle in the round of 16 of the FIFA World Cup.
Trying to predict the future is a hazardous occupation. The only thing we can be sure of is that it will be absolutely fantastic. I'm thinking of the incredible breakthrough, the communication satellite. These things will make possible a world in which we can be in instant contact with each other, wherever we may be. When that time comes, the whole world will have shrunk to a point.
You know who never loses the FIFA World Cup? A bandwagon fan. But as long as we have Lay's, everyone wins.
So I just... Boom! Little help?
Thanks. Nice job. I'm not doing that. So instead of judging us, join us. Hop on the bandwagon, America. I don't know, I just got here. You know who's winning?
Every Walmart Plus member knows free delivery means that unexpected guests of any size are not a problem. Carl looks like he can eat.
He's a machine. This is why I'm a Walmart Plus member. Groceries delivered free today.
You guys saying what I'm saying?
Carl makes me sneeze. Good thing pharmacy delivery is free too. Who knew?
Mom, yeah.
With Walmart Plus, I can handle the rest. It's worth it.
What a beautiful animal. I see you, Carl.
Back in Seattle, warm in the sunshine, very comfortable in the shade. The U.S. bench just got pelted with one of the water sprinklers as they were going through this very important huddle during a hydration break. Let's start first of all with this, from the mental emotional side. If indeed this team has looked a bit nervy, why would that be? For all that they've done the last few weeks, why would this be a game that they would struggle to work into?
The biggest game of some of their lives. Look, the only way to get experience in these games and not feel nervous is to play in them more often. World Cups are every 4 years. That's why when I look across the way at Belgium, as we said, these guys are playing at Champions League clubs, big clubs going far in European competitions. You play big games. You don't feel that same type of way. And I think the U.S. looked just a little hesitant in the early stages, and then the game goes against you, then you concede an early goal. But that's done now. You're in the game. How do you respond from that? That's when you find out who's a lion, who's going to stand up and be counted upon and don't be a sheep. And I think these guys have got it in them. But they need a spell to believe in themselves once again of what this team could do. But I am early stages here. I want to see how the U.S. is going to adjust out of that hydration break and what intensity they bring to swing that back on Belgium a little bit.
They need a spell, they need a spark. Carries forward, gives it away, Anderson it takes. McKinney trying to get him a run. Just pull back there a bit there. Back to Kuiper to Sloma, not enough for a foul. Pulisic, not past one. Space to the left for Anthony Robinson. Castagna comes to meet him. Those two are teammates at Fulham in the English Premier League. So a fun battle between those two. Pulisic wanted a better option than he got from Richards. Freeland with a man right on. Trying to play 1-2. Dix kind of mishit that. Boussard really winning with Arsenal this season. Helps Belgium get the ball clear. That's Elemans. Will direct traffic for Belgium. Very slow start of the tournament for them. 1-1 draw with Egypt, courtesy of an own goal. A scoreless draw with Iran. They finished the group with their biggest ever win in the World Cup, 5-1 against New Zealand before the dramatic comeback here in this building last week against Senegal. The second time there, De Ketelaere was the only one who knew that ball had just gone straight up in the air and is able to steer wide for Luca Bacchio. Vedder here, Seattle rock music legend. This entire city has been engaged with this whole tournament. This is the sixth and final game in Seattle of this World Cup. And they lift the U.S. back into this game. And Austin McKinney's foul. Tricky game for this referee. Adam McConaughey, 39 years old from Jordan. He's the first Jordanian center referee in World Cup history. He and his crew have been highly thought of. They're the first crew to have been given a fourth game at this tournament. But there's going to be an extreme amount of scrutiny on him and his decisions, he and his assistants, and the video assistant referee from Qatar because of everything that's happened in the last 36 hours. It's led to Phil Balogun being on this field.
A little change up scene. Tyler Adams, familiar screen. He's dropping between the center backs to now allow the U.S. to get their fullbacks higher. I think that's a good switch there. Now because it opens this up.
Well, listen, Balogun. He's got the U.S. in a great shooting position.
And instant dividends. So now you have Anthony Robinson high and wide on the left. You've got Freeman high on the right. Now we've got your creative players coming underneath a little bit. So Pulisic finds a good spot, looks for the combination with Balogun. His back-to-goal play has been terrific. A little bit of play on the back. And the U.S. now all of a sudden have a set piece. Pretty good distance here for a direct strike. And I would imagine Malik Tillman, who stuck his last free kick in the top corner, will be standing over this one again.
On the same field with that man, Josie Altidore once scored a free kick goal for the U.S. It was the first free kick goal in a World Cup for the U.S. since 1994.
Slightly different goalkeeper this time. Thibaut Courtois, one of the best in the world, 6'6", huge wingspan. Listen to the crowd come to life here.
Taylor's fourth career goal for the U.S.
What's interesting, John, here is last time it was a little more to the left. He had to go to the wall. He can go both sides here because this is central, which makes it more difficult for Courtois.
There's a man lying down behind the wall, which means the wall can jump. Tillman all the way! Spins inside Tielemans, and then he was upended in the middle by Resclaw. Referee says no foul. The U.S. is the highest scoring team in the first half of games of this World Cup. Tielemans' goal came on their first shot of the entire night. Belgium trying to counter punch. Trossard working on desk. Trossard to the ball line, gets a cross in. The Ketelaar's rising up, and Belgium retake the lead. Moments later, Charles de Ketelaar climbs the ladder, his second goal, and the U.S. right back where they were.
If that ball was going to go out for a goal kick or corner, I was going to say, it's one of the cliches in this game that you're most vulnerable after you score a goal. And this is why. Because the other team all of a sudden now has instant motivation to punch back. But once this ball gets wide, you've got 2v1. You can't let the cross get in here. Freeman is backing off. You've got support. Be more aggressive. They're both taking the same angle there. And Trossard's just able to get down to the line. They're both making the same play. And that comes down to communication. But even at that point, Tim Ream gets beat at the back post. To Ketelaar, great strength from him. green, gets the early jump, and you might think that's a foul, but it's not. I mean, he gets that early lead where they're both jumping for the ball. Pochettino cannot believe it. His team have conceded right off the back of a goal that brought everybody back into this game. My goodness, great goal from De Ketelaere.
That ball was in play for 61 seconds from when Belgium kicked off to De Ketelaere scoring his second goal. And now exactly that. This crowd, these players have to get their energy back. Freeman is going to chase that down as it was a high bounce. Freeman crossing in, knocked down there. No one's the blue shirt nearby. Just on the market of shade. McKennie goes flying through. Belgian bench goes berserk.
He's going to pick up a yellow card here. Weston McKennie. Gotta be smart still. Now there's a lot of emotions, a lot of intensity, and he's just a touch late. That is a yellow card tackle from McKennie. Cleans him out.
Jenny Taft, you're down there next to the U.S. bench. I imagine quite the swing in emotion the last few minutes. What have you been seeing and hearing?
It's so true, Josh, from elation to absolute shock. I've seen Mauricio Pochettino kick over that water bottle bucket. I know you saw that as well. He's been shaking his head. Now, the nerves are very apparent from this U.S. team. I know you guys are catching on to the energy from the bench. I did learn during that hydration break, one of his messages was to make sure they were playing closer together without hesitation. Let's see if they can get back to that.
So hit by Pulisic there. Luka Bacchio on the floor. McKennie going to get back to that touch. The goal scorer cycles it around.
So now here's Tyler Adams dropping into the back line. Now you've got Freeman wide on the right. They're going to try to find these little passing lanes and combinations. Having players, as Jenny said, they're closer together.
And yet Belgium will know that as well, and they're trying to shut off all those passing lanes.
What Belgium's doing is they're not backing off and they have their pressing triggers and releases, and when one guy goes, here comes the Ketelaere. Look how everybody steps up. They try to go together.
Solid off the chest, although it was a bit much for McKennie to deal with, and Belgium went it back in the middle of the field.
I think it's a huge end to the half here, though, for the United States. You've got just under 10 minutes plus some stoppage. But what you really want to accomplish in this game is stay in the game. If you find a goal, you level it back up. But you need to make sure you stay intense, dialed in, mistake-free, because if you concede another one before the half.
Ketelaere was offside, and that touch looked like two of them came off the knock in the second. That's why I knew he couldn't touch it. Everything that players like Christian Pulisic have been building to their entire life. It is everything that Mauricio Pochettino and his staff have been building to the last 2 years. Tillman, and that ran away from there, trying to make his move. Robinson stepped in to poke it away. Kenny got a foot in. Bruins picked it up. Bruins had a chance there, looked like, to win the ball back high up the field. Melissa just couldn't redirect himself to go get that one. Now Dodi Lukabakio on the ball. Scala got the assist in the opener, rolls it forward.
Overloading that right side of the field. They've only got Trossard on this left side right now. They are putting a lot of pressure down the U.S.'s left, which is, they want Pulisic back defending, forcing him to defend.
Lukabakio sends the cross in, up in the air from Tyler Adams, and that'll be a corner kick for Belgium.
The other part is they're just not afraid to put pressure on Chris Richards and Tim Reed. They also have this guy who can still come off the bench to point up, change the game. We've got Doku. That's why we said this is a 90-minute game. The U.S. knew they were going to be in a tough game. Well, you're in it now.
De Bruyne, one of the best playmakers globally of his generation. Romelu Lukaku, one of the best goal scorers of his generation. Jeremy Doku, one of the best wingers of this present generation, all on Belgium's bench. Yuri Tielemans to take the second quarter of the game for Belgium. Outswinger to the near post, back threes and low down again. Rascal who got the touch there. Dest has it swept away. Pulisic picks it up. He can't play in for Dest. The Kuiper intercepted it. And he wins the header. Alexander recovered.
Still need to maintain a threat to stretch the field, meaning you've got to run in behind still, because Belgium have been able to squeeze the game tight. Look at the compact lines between the defense and the furthest player forward to Ketela. They're making sure that there's no space for the U.S. to find the ball in behind the midfield and get turned. That means sometimes you got to take a chance, make the run, find Balogun over the top, find McKennie, that type of ball right there.
I'll give it a chance for Freeman and just tails well. It's going to allow Balogun to get on the end of it. Tackled away by Boy, but an attacking throwing now for the United States.
Great run. Takes the run to then also somebody to play new ball, but now here's the U.S. in the attacking part of the field.
Belgium very cleverly making sure a second ball was on the field, so the U.S. couldn't go quick with that while they were still getting their bodies back. Here's Christian Pulisic. Timothy Castagne defending. Pulisic just retreats it to Anthony Robinson. Same page, he and Adams, and it breaks down.
Just been a little off in this first half. Christian Pulisic, he looks like he's lacking a bit of confidence to take his guy on aggressively, to play. He's just second guessing, taking an extra touch, losing the ball. He's lost 4 dribbles so far. And that's okay, you're going to lose some of them, but you still have the confidence to go again and again and again. But you have to keep your defender on his heels a little bit by taking him on with an aggression and knowing yourself that you can beat that man off the dribble.
Because as you said in the pregame, for the U.S. to win this game, they need a big night. They need a signature night from their signature star, Christian Pulisic.
And that's stars plural. I mean, that has been the case for this team, but you do need your difference makers to make a difference in games like this.
That's a foul, and the opinion of the referee committed by Chris Richards.
This was a chance at the near post. Chris Otter at the first touch, actually, just trying to be really inventive there, flicking around the corner for that phrase he was aware.
Defend this free kick. Tielemans walks away to Kuiper, hooks it in, free header wide. Tough angle for that header to be sure, but missed in the end by Luca Macchio.
And everybody who's onside, Chris Richards drops. It's just, there's a little bit of miscommunication there from the U.S. I think thrown off a little bit by the timing of Belgium. A little hesitation, then they whipped in a great ball, but that line did not drop. And then Chris Richards is the only one drop that kept everybody on sides. They're just not in sync as a number turnover.
Well, McKennie action there from Robinson. And he's going to reset for Pulisic. McKennie could have just run into the space there. I don't think he knew that there was no one around him. Pulisic, McKennie. McKennie's able to recover it. Anthony Robinson now. Limits cuts him off. Test bumped off his run, but to Kuiper. McKennie lets it run. Ballard's not going to get there, and Boy cross in time. Good work, Tyler Adams, to win that bouncing ball out of the air. Coming up on Fox, the Bank of America halftime show. Rebecca, Thierry's, Latan, and Alexi down to our left watching this one. Give us their thoughts on what we've seen. Look back as well. Earlier today, Spain grinding out a late win over Portugal. They await the winner of this game Friday afternoon in LA. Test runs it inside behind Balogun, although it's a Goy's touch, which drives it to the corner. And that'll be a U.S. run. States now, the top scoring team from dead ball situations at this tournament. 5 goals in total, 1 more than Argentina.
Everybody back for Belgium to defend us. They've got all 11 players inside the box. Now Richards is in front of Courtois. We've seen this often where players, attacking players, try to get around the goalkeeper. Referees saying, look, I've warned you. If you make contact, we've seen this often called a foul. Try to be a nuisance, but if you make a touch, you're going to give away a foul instantly and kill the attacking opportunity.
Roman gets it in the box. Richards is knocked out. It's going to be out for a corner. Took a touch of a Belgian defender. First corner of the game for the U.S.
And they're trying to claim it did not take a touch, so we'll see if this gets changed. But the U.S. doing a good job winning. The first ball is Alex Freeman. Balogun put it over the top of the bar, but it was hard to see if it took any type of touch. They're still holding this, so they're still trying to see if this should be a goal kick or the corner.
Amis Almari of Qatar is the video assistant referee.
Yeah, it's going to be a goal kick.
And he's looked at that video and said no. His last off Balogun, it's a goal kick.
There will be a minimum.
And there will be 6 added minutes at the end of this first half. Hydration break and a couple of injury concerns as well.
Get a good look at this Balogun. It was almost interesting to spin on the ball, whether it did take a defensive touch, but they reviewed that one completely.
Richard, strong header there. Was able to play it wide. Good tackle on the outside by Castani to keep it away from Pulisic. And now a long switch out to the near side towards Trossard. Freeman wins the header.
They've looked for that a lot. You have actually seen Trossard in previous games. He comes inside to find pockets. What Rudy Garcia and Belgium are doing is they're keeping him wide on the left and using that switch of play to try to isolate him and get him in good situations to make the game, as he did on Belgium's second goal. So it's not been the best first half for the U.S., that's the obvious. The good news is that they're still very much in this game, as it stands.
Richards got a touch to that one. Des slow to react. Cross blocked by Freeman. Ball's out of play. Assistant referee's put his flag up. That's furious with the referee. Or in fact, Belgian fans. There's a good pocket of red up to the right of the top deck here in Seattle. Went down to our right. Lewis just gives it away off the throw, but a touch from McKinney to release Serginho Dest. De Kuyper trying to slow him down. Dest will now engage with De Kuyper and just runs into him, trying to draw foul. Can't do so. Pulisic came all the way across into that space on his side of the field. Robinson got sucked in as well. And Luka Bacchio is caring for it. Tyler Adams out to slow him down. Got to go out and defend up Castagna now. Able to get that cross in completely unmarked. It comes all the way through. It's Trossard who picks it up. Freeman there to defend him. Tackles it out. And the U.S. upset. Decision on the field of play. So this one, like the last one, can't be changed on video review. As it stands, a corner for Belgium.
To me, like that came off.
It's already
they took it
play.
quickly, yeah.
They took it quick. There's no review for it coming. It's going to be rolled in. It's going to be fired across the face of goal there by Luka Bacchio. But those are those moments of concentration, which is a big thing that Mauricio Pochettino talked about. But even the players, guys like Tyler Adams beginning of the tournament, he said that's what we learned in the round of 16 against the Netherlands in the last World Cup. You can't make mistakes. You can't switch off. You got to be focused the whole time. Tillman throws his body in, and that will be a U.S. free kick. Because the U.S. was right in that game with the Netherlands in the first half, and they fell asleep right at the end of the half and let it go.
It's going to take a monster second half performance from this group against a top 10 European team, top 10 global team.
Tillman, Valiant, can he get there? It's not really dealt with by Courtois. Still 2 minutes to play in the half. Anthony Robinson. Nowhere to go forward. Richards has McKinney making a run. Valiant, McKinney, and it's a big tackle there by DeKuyper. It was meant for Dest. He had space to run into. Lukabakia now. 1v3. Belgium just playing through and around the U.S. players right now.
It's because you have the quality of Lukabakia. You see that there when he receives the ball. He's under pressure, has a burst of acceleration, quick stop. Spins back, dumps it off to a teammate, moving. He's been excellent for them in the first half. So is Trossard. There's that long switch of play again, just a little bit too much.
Rudy Garcia was getting annoyed at a certain point yesterday about the questions involving Balogun and said, listen, it's about the game on the field. The only thing that matters for us is that we advance. Came out with an intensity in the opening minutes of this game. Took the lead inside 10 minutes. Reed took the lead a little over a minute after the game kicked off for Tillman's goal. Chris Richards got to get there as an errant pass, and Kittelar trying to leak in behind. Tillman. Get back. 5 seconds and a half. Balogun wants it through. Balogun has it there. Took it over. And now the U.S. with the final play of the first half will indeed have their first corner kick of the first half.
And that's what we've been seeing all tournament. Tillman again, so smooth. Gets that little nutmeg. And Balogun at the end of this, I think he's trying to square it to Pulisic. Pulisic's made a good run at the near post. He even had Anthony Robinson at the back post. But a chance here, right at the end of the first half, to change the entire mood inside the stadium, but more importantly, inside that team. If you can find a goal in this situation. Belgium have looked susceptible at the back post throughout this tournament.
Wilson sends it in.
That's not going to get it done.
An easy catch for Thibaut Courtois. And that is how the first half comes to a close. Work to do for the United States, but they've got a tremendous crowd behind them to help them. Rebecca Lowe and company on the other side of the break. 45 minutes down, 45 to go in Seattle. Belgium 2, the United States 1.
FIFA World Cup 2026 on Fox is sponsored by American Express.
Today, we're going to learn some iconic soccer skills. Follow me.
The rainbow flick.
The Roberta. Bicycle kick.
You gotta channel your inner ninja.
I love this colorway.
Is David's backyard ready for the FIFA World Cup? Maybe he'll build it, like Beckham. Really move here, David's going to the Home Depot for the assist. Bare covers and just one coat, so David can paint it like Patricia. You know you miss this guy, right? Rip it like Rich. Plant it like Paige. There you go. Great work, guys. Keep it up.
Or watch it all happen just like Josh.
Very happy to help.
There's watching the world's best. And then there's experiencing the world at its best with Platinum. Kick off your journey in the quiet comfort of the largest global airport lounge network. Lose yourself at incredible destinations with the largest curated global hotel program. and leave with a memory that lasts long after you return. For a life like no other, you need a card like no other. There's nothing like Platinum. The Colonel has a bucket list. The $10 one. Monday nuggets. Tuesday fried chicken. Wednesday wings. Thursday tenders. Friday nuggets again. Now that's living life to the fullest. Get a $10 bucket of a day from KFC.
BRB, got a screen for colon cancer.
At halftime?
Yeah. With the Cologuard Plus test, you can start screening at home in about 15 minutes.
It's simple and non-invasive.
Nice assist.
False positive and negative results may occur.
Football. I understand now. No one can match our energy.
Welcome to the show that nobody wants to win.
What did the itsy bitsy spider climb up?
What?
Look at this. We got the MLB All-Star Game in Philadelphia. This is how America celebrates a birthday. A night of American celebration, July 14th on Fox.
The FIFA World Cup 2026 halftime show on Fox is presented by Bank of America.
Charles Kettelare causing problems for the US in that first half. His first World Cup goals doing the damage right now for his team. And back home, it's the middle of the night in Hertha, Belgium. These are the moments that they're enjoying, though, no matter the fact that it's 2:33 a.m. when that goal went in. As we welcome you back to Seattle Stadium, I'm Rebecca Lowe alongside Thierry Henry, Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Alexi Lalas. Let's show you then the first half of this game in Seattle. Beforehand, a beautiful scene, the flyover over the stadium, but just 9 minutes in, it went a little wrong, Alexi.
Yep, this U.S. team just got punched in the nose for the first time this tournament. I guess the good news is it could have been worse, but right off the bat, U.S. is used to scoring early. Well, Belgium said not so fast. The Kettelare getting in. Anybody want to clear? Anybody? Anybody? No? Okay, well, there you go. A gift to Belgium in the first minutes, and yeah, Mauricio Pochettino is not a happy man, nor should he be.
We have seen this before. When it comes to free kick to US, Malik Tillman steps up, gets the good free kick, a little deflection, but it's still a free kick goal. So his second goal of the tournament, and he gets the equalizer there so far. Nice celebration.
And then Rebecca said, I want to see how they're going to defend their 1v1. They couldn't stop Leandro Trossard. Don't sleep on the Kettelare. Do not sleep on Trossard. Do not sleep on Dodi Lukebakio. The big guns are on the bench, but those guys are on the field. 2-1 Belgium.
And that is a key point. The big guns are on the bench. Plenty of reinforcements to come on for Belgium. But from a US perspective, Thierry, how do they get back into this?
They need to rectify something in midfield. It's too easy for Belgium. Too easy. They're controlling that midfield. Ball, they're switching the ball all the time in 1v1 with Leandro Trossard and sometimes Lukebakio. Lack of rhythm. We saw a couple of times Malik Tillman doing some stuff. A couple of runs of Balogun. But you know what? You still have 45 minutes to reverse it. And plus, but it's going to be a tough one because the big gun might come on when you're going to open up to play.
Zlatan, your thoughts?
This is the first 45 minutes I see US where they don't feel comfortable. I mean, the attack is not working, and when the attack is not working, the defending has to work. But the defending is not also working. So something has to happen for the second half, and they need to get Pulisic more on the side. Not even one time Robinson comes on doing his over.
This football is so confusing.
I can help. Think of cards in football as the opposite to your Sapphire Reserve card. Red cards make it harder for you to earn points. This card earns you 3 times the points on dining.
Thank you.
Also, you get a $300 credit on travel. You ready? Yeah. And 2 yellow cards means that you're out, but that card gets you and 2 get in here.
Experience the card that's remarkably rewarding. Chase Sapphire Reserve.
Well, Spain are off to the World Cup quarterfinals for the first time since 2010 when they lifted the trophy. Mikel Merino scored the stoppage time winner today in a 1-0 victory for them over Portugal. And Cristiano Ronaldo, really emotional at the final whistle. Today's result bringing an end to his 6th World Cup, the 41-year-old revealing after the match that it will indeed be his last. Well, Lionel Messi hoping to extend his campaign tomorrow as Argentina face Egypt in Atlanta. That is part of a double-header that includes Switzerland meeting Colombia in Vancouver. For our moment to the heart, sponsored by Bank of America, Charles Acatalari has beaten this US defence twice in that first half. Now the US have to do a Belgium on Belgium and come from behind to win this game. Second half on the way.
Children are expressing their disappointment after the tooth fairy failed to collect their teeth.
No fair fairy.
Not just the kids, you know.
No word from the tooth fairy. What can she be doing?
Introducing QuickBooks with Intuit Intelligence. Ask questions to get instant answers and real-time insights that can grow your business. So whatever's holding you back, outdo it with Intuit QuickBooks.
From what we raise on the flagpole to what we raise in our hand, we've earned these stripes. Superior is brewed here. Michelob Ultra, proud sponsor of the U.S. men's national soccer team.
Our journey started 160 years ago because it's the devotion of fans that keeps this country moving. And across every mile, every engine, and every dream, we've protected them all. Valvoline, the original motor oil.
With Chewy, pets get their care taken care of. With everything to be their healthiest, happiest selves. Quality meds, supplements, and nutrition at great prices. For help with health, for life with pets, there's Chewy.
Get 0.9% APR financing or a $3,500 customer bonus on a new 2026 Atlas.
What would you like the power to do?
Ask it. Like you always have.
Like you always have. Even when others counted you out. Ask it.
Keep asking.
And inspire the next generation to ask it too. Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask. What would you like the power to do?
Running a little behind today, huh? You want me to get back there and start pulling some teeth?
Waiting rooms. They can be tough for young homeowners turning into their parents.
What are you here for today?
Just a clean.
Just a clean. In and out. Easy peasy. Impacted tooth over here. I don't know if you can see it.
All right, let's just sit quietly and wait for our call.
Gotcha. I'm what they call a grinder.
Yeah.
Progressive Home Savings have been coming your parents, but we can't save you money when you bundle home and auto with
I
us.
have abnormally large tonsils. With my new phone company, Menace Mobile, our pricing structure will be so confusing it can only be described as evil.
That isn't evil. It's just typical phone company stuff. And besides, people just switch to Verizon with their new Simplicity plan. There's just one plan and one price. And it's only $30 for a single line.
So you're all choosing Verizon.
Introducing the Simplicity plan. $30 for a single line.
Can you hear me now?
What are people in Switzerland called?
Swedes.
Incorrect.
Welcome to the show. No one wants to win.
It's not wrong. It's not right.
I wish this was not like an intelligence show.
Nation's Dumbest premieres Wednesday, July 15th on Fox.
FIFA World Cup 2026 on Fox is presented by the Home Depot.
Just a shot from a few moments ago, you can see Mauricio Pochettino talking with Nick Tillman. The player, of course, got the United States back on level terms during that
Spain waiting in the quarterfinals real quick. Alexi Lalish, your thoughts for the second half of what?
Those are preventable goals. Thierry mentioned the midfield. The U.S. is getting overrun in the midfield. We just saw Pochettino talking to Tillman. Maybe he's telling him something. And that right-hand side of the U.S. with Destin Freeman, that was a bad half by them. But he's sticking with it.
And you just saw a shot there with Christian Pulisic. Zlatan wanting more from Pulisic in the second half. For Balogun up top, 10 touches from him. The fewest of any player on the pitch. Thierry?
I don't know, 10 touches against Brazil also in the first half. That doesn't mean anything. Put the ball in the box for him and score.
There you go. All he needs is one. Erling Haaland will tell you that as well. Let's get you back to commentary team. More from Alexi, Zlatan and Thierry at full time. John Strong, Stu Holman, Gio Reyna's coming on.
Oh, yes, indeed, Rebecca. We've been watching the last few minutes as Gio Reyna had been with the starting group coming out of the locker room. We do not see Serginho just on the field right now, so we'll wait for the board to come up. But that is the die being cast by Mauricio Pochettino here at halftime, needing to turn this game around in Seattle. Gio Reyna, who scored that wonderful goal to put the punctuation mark in the opening night win against Paraguay. He replaces Serginho Dest at halftime here in Seattle. So we'll see how that reshuffles things a little bit. We'll see what he can add. There's Dest there, making his way out to the bench. As we said at the beginning of the tournament, this is the moment 32 years in the making. These men will never have a more significant opportunity to become American sporting heroes than they have right now in front of this atmosphere, with so many of you watching from home. What can they do in this second half against Belgium? Can they come from behind and set up a quarterfinal Friday afternoon in Los Angeles against the European champion Spain? What does Gio Reyna bring to the field right now?
He's a difference maker. When he gets time and space, creativity, the last pass, and you saw the goal against Paraguay, he can produce a goal. I think the biggest tactical switch here is that now McKennie has gone out to the right-hand side. You can see now he's getting pressure on the ball. Gio Reyna, I think, will play like a 10. This could be more of a 4-2-3-1. But I think the biggest thing by getting now McKennie on the right, you need to get your fullbacks into the attack and overlap.
Jimmy Tapp, what's the word from the U.S. coaching staff?
Well, the first thing U.S. First Assistant Mrs. Press said to me, it is very obvious to all of us, we didn't get into the game in the first 10 minutes. Little by little, we tried to match them, we scored, but then conceded again. That quickly is something we will address right now. We need to build momentum and continue to build it the way we ended the half. He said the good news, this is a one-goal game, and we will play better in the second half.
Pulisic lost control of it, but good pressure to win it back as a throw-in. Robinson being harassed by Luka Bacchio as he carries forward, and that means that he misplays the pass for Pulisic.
And another big reason you make this change as well for Reyna is it seems the U.S. want to get more numbers central to deal with some of that overloading that Belgium had, where they had so much success. Time, pressure, movement on the ball. That's going to be a foul for the U.S. And I think it's just to give them more options in possession, which is something that you really didn't have in the first half. More pressure from Belgium. Now Freeman instantly, top of your screen. He's wide. You get the run from McKennie.
Comes inside, runs to McKennie. Can't get it cleanly. Pulisic is there. Couldn't get it cleanly. It's still loose. And first to recover it is Van Aken for Belgium. It's a good look, though, with that ball in. By the U.S. they were forced to give away.
Yeah, there's a renewed intensity. You can feel it. Buzzing around the field, getting some touches on the ball, moving the ball. McKennie's running off the ball is so keen. I think now that was the thing in the first half. He didn't have the same type of freedom to really run because he was too worried about what was going to happen the other way if the ball turned over.
Gio Reyna slips inside of one. McKennie. And then for Pulisic is Robinson instead. Robinson crossing in. Balogun couldn't climb all the way up. McKennie battling in the air. Comes sideways. Robinson knocks it from McKennie. He resets it wide for Anthony Robinson. Lukaku defending him. In from Malik Tillman. The hit pass, Richards just had to play safe and lumps along, and it's a good spell for the U.S. though.
Noticeable difference. The big thing being really for the first time where I have looked and I've seen Anthony Robinson and Freeman released and high up the field. Now they didn't create anything in that second one, but those are the situations we've been used to seeing the U.S. throughout this tournament. This is a part of the game right here though that I think they could be much better at in the first half, which is winning the first and then the second ball. Because now you stop Belgium being able to pick up the ball in your half and let them play.
And that wasn't a foul. Tillman just fell down. Freeze alert to come down in front of Trossard. Garcia, the Belgian coach, barking his instructions from the bench. Up to Malik Tillman. Tillman cuts it down for Weston McKennie. Where's defending? Gio Reyna. Go across to Freeman, immediate pressure. Trying to make a touch around the Kuiper. Able to keep it. It was knocked away in the middle there. Trossard slid across. Reyna blocks it in. Is going to go long. And Richard Smarley just lets it go in behind. McKennie, immediate pressure. Got tripped up off the ball. No foul, though. Quick ball the other way. Luca Bacchio isolating the Green. Adams coming to help support. Belgium flooding numbers forward. Luca Bacchio to the byline. Green blocks the cross. After a goal.
Yeah, good job by Tim Reed. These are going to be very important moments throughout the game because as you start to attack, as you start to get more aggressive, releasing players into the attack, it leaves you more exposed the other way. So it's this fine balance. You're asking more of your defenders now. Chris Richards, Tim Reed, 1v1 defending, going to be very big as we adjust the points, smashing into that.
Those things hurt by the
boards. Yeah. We saw a really unfortunate incident just yesterday with Jordan Henderson trying to leap over one of those and fracturing his wrist.
They are not cushioned at all. Tillemans, the ensuing corner. Richards wins the header. Luca Bacchio will flip it back in. Matt Freeze is there. 3 saves in the first half, as many as he had the entire game. Wednesday in Santa Clara against Bosnia and Herzegovina. And able to move it along quickly in front of Ketelar. Peeling off backwards, comes inside, Christian Pulisic! And it's a foul! The referee says it's not. The referee says it was a clean tackle there. Pulisic still down by Tillemans. Pulisic is still down. Good work by the U.S. to knock the ball back.
This is unfortunate because you're going to have to play the ball out. And what Belgium are going to do in this play when he starts is boot it down the other end. It'll be interesting. Pulisic was lining up for a shot. And this becomes a question of did the defender, in this case Tillemans, does he get his foot in front and does Pulisic then kick into his heel? Yeah, he did. As much as I'd like that to be a foul, Pulisic actually swings his leg into the back of Tillemans, and it was hard to see if there was any touch of the leg of Pulisic before he got to that point as he's swinging it. But at least on that replay there, it looked like that was a good defensive play.
The referee stopped the game himself. He just restarts with a drop ball. The U.S. keeping the attacking half. Richards and Adams and Reed got to be so sure and secure in these types of moments.
That triangle is going to be key, both in possession and then against the ball.
Maligan, and he's wrestled to the ground. Robinson picks up the loose ball. He's bumped off it then. Robinson knocks it free, it's cleared away.
What do you notice here in this half? Who's the team that feels under pressure now? Now I know the U.S. have to chase, but Belgium can't get out of their own half. What a ball!
Adams, Freeman, couldn't take it down quickly.
Oh, wow, just screaming you have Balogun and Weston McKinney laying out to get in front of their defenders. That was the conversation there with Balogun and Freeman, because it's hard to take a ball out of the air like that in your stride, pushing it down, and then still you have to consider that ankle might have gone there. Great look.
Tomorrow on Fox, the final day of the round of 16, Lionel Messi and Argentina taking on Mo Salah and Egypt in Atlanta. Switzerland against Colombia up the road from us in Vancouver. Coverage starts 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific, live on Fox. And then a couple of days off in the tournament.
Pulisic's still struggling, by the way. Bottom left of your screen. He's still limping his way through the play.
Quarterfinals begin Thursday in Foxborough, Massachusetts, between France and Morocco, in a rematch of the semifinal from the last World Cup. And the U.S. is hoping to be playing the next day in L.A. against Spain. Lee Tillman. Inside for Adams. Gio Reyna wants it. Gio Reyna has it. Scoops it up. That's Balogun tracking. That was trying to keep it in play. He did not. It's out for a goal kick.
He just kind of, the ball got chipped over by Reyna. He loses sight of it a little bit, trying to judge the flight of it. Some U.S. legends.
We didn't give Kelly O'Hara a shout out because they cut away too quickly last time.
He's got a different feel to it as well. And here, I think even as I said in the first half, there was a little bit of a nervousness to the environment, but not now. Even as the U.S. are moving forward, I'm looking down below. Nobody's sitting down. This crowd is engaged. Now take advantage of this momentum of the U.S. Keep putting pressure. Do not back off. Because look at that, Belgium, because there's the extra advantage in the middle, they've lost their ability to get the same type of pressure.
Jenny, what more can you add on Pulisic right now?
Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be getting better for Pulisic. I just watched him motion over, yell over to the bench that his leg is still in a lot of pain. Guys, he's been vocal in the discomfort, and you can see it in his movements.
Yeah, he's not going well. He's limping as he reached out for that ball. He's been limited at this tournament to the kick to the calf in the days before the Paraguay game. Was subbed off at halftime. Did not play in the next one. Biggest game of his life. He's the big star of this team, but as we said, as he had a signature game for the United States. This was that moment, and this was that opportunity. And it looks like, once again, the injury issues that have dogged Pulisic throughout his career.
Also, I would say, if you're struggling, go down. And if you're not going to continue playing, let's get this stuff going and moving. It looks like Berhalter is the one who's...
Richards beaten out of the air. Freeze has got to get there and deal with it. He takes it down off the chest. DeCattelon knocks it away. Tim Ream can't block it. And the last video review says this is a foul from behind on Ream. It is a disastrous third goal to concede to Belgium.
But here's what I'm saying. I'm not saying this is the reason for the goal, but if you're hurt, go down. You make the sub, the ref stops the play. You're playing a man light, essentially, because you're limping around out there. But this just is it's a mistake in the back. It's a long ball over the top. Freeze takes the first touch calmly. Then he gets hit, just a little hesitant. Tries to play out of it. As you'll see, long ball, group one. It's been pretty consistent for Belgium, but you're in a good spot here. Put it out. Takes a touch, hesitates on the left foot, doesn't want to hit it. And then Ream's trying to backtrack, do what he can to block the goal. Just an absolute disaster for the United States. 2 goals that have come off mistakes. I don't know why he hesitated. He felt he was going to get contact from DeCattelon in the back, who was going to try to make a challenge. Then he's out of his goal. You can't use your hands there. And Tim Ream just off balance, trying to do what he can there. And deflects it into the back of the net. United States 1, Belgium 3.
Marzanako came on for an injury in the first half when Onana went off. His first World Cup goal. Christian Pulisic's day is done, to be replaced by Sebastian Berhalter. Now, if there's any guy you can think of to come off the bench and provide a spark, provide energy, give everything of himself for the cause, it's Sebastian Berhalter, son of the former coach Greg Berhalter. You've got he and Gio Reyna on the field. Their dads were part of that 2002 World Cup team for the U.S. The only one that's ever advanced to a quarterfinal in the modern format of the FIFA World Cup. What can they provide now in this moment? The U.S. was able to work their way back.
Yeah, that's the backbreaker. That's the backbreaker for this team, though, is that they were working their way back again. They were clearly the team in the ascendancy. Belgium had no ideas until you gave them a layup. So, can they go again? This is where you find out about what you've got.
It's Berhalter's first touch, and tough one for Green to handle. Scan the QR code on your screen. Vote for the Michelob Ultra Superior Player of the Match. We'll look at Christian Pulisic. Has not been the World Cup. He or anyone around this team were hoping it was going to be for him. Tillman won the ball back in the middle. Goes to McKinnon. Now Tyler Adams. Pulisic is hoping that his teammates can lift their way back into this and give him an opportunity to get back on the field in another game. Trying to get that ball under control. Plays it inside for Alex Freeman. Taken off it by Tielemans. Off to Chase and long ball to Ketelaar and Chase. Ream has the angle. Free's not messing around. Ball won the initial header. With a half an hour to go, it's a Belgian team that understands 2-goal leads are never safe. Senegal were up 2 goals with 5 minutes to play in this building on Wednesday afternoon. Belgians scored twice inside of 3 minutes to force extra time. Won it with the final kick of extra time. The U.S. have that same belief. That's been the cry from this team this whole tournament. Richards advancing forward. Drives it in. Great little run for Belgium. Quite ready for it. Anthony Robinson wants to switch. With his hands up forward to the near side. There's instead the Berhalter. Alex Freeman. Good play inside for Reina. Berhalter there to recover. There's Anthony Robinson. He's got Tillman for support. Robinson going to drive to the byline. Little pump fake. Goes backwards for Adams. That's too far for the Berhalter. Now Belgium are on the run. The Ketelaar has Trossard running with them. U.S. is on their heels. Freeman went flying in. Lay out to Trossard now. Trossard blocked by Richards out for a point.
That's a really good sequence for Belgium there because now they got the 2-goal cushion. Really solid defensive show. Not really threatened by the U.S. attack there. Pulisic with his head in his hands. They're going to do. They've got options off the bench that they're going to bring in to keep that energy high. They're quite content without the ball in moments, knowing that they can really hurt the U.S. the other way that has led to this corner.
Number 5 of the game for Belgium. They went out in the group stage of the last World Cup. This is important for them. Trying to get back into the deeper stages. Tillman heads it away at the near post. Trying to reset wide. Tillman was there first. Berhalter plays it long. McKinney and Chase. He's going to battle there with Mekala. Big tackle to knock it away. Chance for a U.S. quick throw. And it comes for Gio Reyna. Goy defending. And Reyna just controls it. It's going to run in behind for a goal kick. Mekala, one of a couple of Belgian players that hadn't really practiced since the game Wednesday. They were so physically run down. He's limping a bit at the end of the play. side, but a U.S. throw. They're going to go in deep to Maligan. Roy defending. Maligan for Reyna. The target in the box there. This Maligan come all the way out wide. So they recycle to the other side.
And they're just trying to, Belgium are just trying to bait you into playing that one pass that you think you could force in, because you do have to start taking risks. You're down 2 goals, you're chasing the game. And so it's just the balance of the moments for the U.S. when they need to try to see those gaps, exploit them, play quickly, little combinations. They're being patient right now, but Belgium are also quite content with this. U.S. just circling the ball around. When you try to play that ball, they're going to jump the passing line and lift it break the other way with speed.
It's the first touch of the half for Maligan a moment ago. It's a nice combination to find Freeman, and the U.S. gets a corner out of it. Because, oh, by the way, to steal from Thierry Henry, the big guns are coming for Belgium. They've got Lukaku and Doku preparing to answer in a moment.
Speaking of speed and speaking of power and speaking of finishing ability, now, I said this in the first half, the back post has been in the area where first and second balls, the U.S. can find success. Belgium have looked very open to conceding opportunities from there.
And this is where Berhalter's terrific. Set-piece delivery. Whips it in. Freeman found it. And it just loops up and out.
But yes, to your point, you've got Lukaku coming off for his 131st appearance. He's scored 92 goals. This one, Vanaken ends up right at his feet. Good pressure from De Ketelaere. Really wasn't the best of strikes. I thought he was going to try to lob it over, but he saw Ream scrambling back. But it's a difficult one if you're Ream, because you're caught in trying to keep your body open to the plate while still trying to make a play on it on 1 foot. But he just misplayed the clearance straight in the back of the net.
What a game for De Ketelaere. 2 goals and an assist now. He's been involved in all 3 from the byline. A missing cross. And Luca Bacchio. If indeed De Ketelaere comes off for Lukaku, it has been a signature performance for him in a Belgium shirt. Maligan. Boy there, just trying to wrestle Tillman, and the referee will indeed give it as a free kick for the U.S. Now here come the subs. Luca Bacchio is off. Thought he was trouble. Here comes Jeremy Doku. It's been an odd World Cup for him. He missed 1 game going back for the birth of his child in London. He was dealing with a respiratory illness. The retro declare he hasn't won a night for Charles De Ketelaere, replaced by Lukaku.
And you saw his look. He wants to stay in and go for the hat trick. Just beats Ream to that ball. He wanted it more. So he's attacking it, gets the momentum heading towards it, hands on the back of him. Really strong header. And a really strong afternoon for Luca Bacchio as well.
Kenny trying to accelerate to get to that ball. Now can cut him off. U.S. throw. We're moments away from the second half hydration break. Lukaku, all-time top scorer for Belgium in his 4th World Cup. So significantly by injuries this year. When he started in the group stage, it was his first start in a year. He'd only ever come off the bench in his handful of appearances for his club Napoli this season. Adams for Freeman. Tillman. Freeman was coming around the back. Lukaku was alert to intercept it. And now this is where it's going to get scary dangerous. Lukaku gets under control. Tillman just wipes him out. Takes the yellow card.
I don't mind that from Tillman. First of all, you stop a promising counterattack, but also show a bit of fight there. And 22 minutes to make a statement. Try to create something. You got to get the first one, and then you build from there.
22 minutes for the United States at this World Cup. Can they pull off the spectacular? Down 3-1 to Belgium here in Seattle.
This is quite a game. It'll be a free kick. Oh, what a goal! And emotion overflows.
Well, there's a lot of infection in there, Timmy. You're doing really well. Are you feeling anything? Coffee. I don't understand, but this is going very well, huh? Coffee. Coffee? Coffee. Coffee. Coffee? Coffee? What's coffee?
Okay, here's the deal. This game is 3-on-3.
Who are we playing?
It's a local crew.
I'm fighting.
Hey! This local crew, they haven't lost since 1996. They beat everyone who showed up. The guys who play in jeans, the always skins. Honestly, respect. The techers, the trash talkers, even the bruisers. Anyone, anytime. They would take them down.
Best of three?
This doesn't seem right. It's 100% true. Mostly.
What you were not seeing during the hydration break is what we were seeing here in the building, which was Eddie Vedder chugging a beer and getting the fans fired up, trying to get some energy going. Ricardo Pepi looks like he's about to come on. It's not rain, that's the sprinklers going here. Eddie Vedder again on the video board, trying to get this crowd going, trying to get this team going. The crowd's done their part. This has been a wonderful atmosphere. The players have 20 minutes to pull off something special and extend this magical World Cup run. And has produced some amazing moments in American men's soccer history over the last 3.5 weeks. If you're in that US huddle, what do you say? What are you doing as one of the players in the field?
You're trying to give your team, especially the Pochettino, believe. But what I would say from just observing from up here, I didn't see anybody, gesticulating and trying to rile the guys up. It just feels flat, quite honestly. And that's come because I think of the way they've conceded the goals. And even when you have good stretches and then you feel like you've given the ball away and the other team scores.
Balogun laying it off, but Kenny couldn't get there.
So that's what I would be looking for right now within the game. Okay, if you're going to go down with a fight. Don't just lay down and take the rest of this game. Stand up and be counted for the last 22 minutes and put a performance together and a moment together that makes you and makes everybody believe you can actually do this. Because I'm not sure what I'm seeing right now that this team believes that they can get back into this game.
Tyler Adams will make way to get Ricardo Pepi onto the field. And Pepi, who probably going to be starting this game. That's one of the things Mauricio Pochettino said to us yesterday. Trying to keep it professional, even keel when they found out Phil Belgium would be able to play, because he said if he's going to be in the team, it means someone's out of the team. So now Pepi, the El Paso native, is on. An opportunity to be a spark, to lead a comeback. Good work, Gio Reyna on the far side to knock that goal away. Belgium trying to turn. Pepi falls forward. So too much of a too good, but a nice little movement there. Nice little moment from the U.S. Against his club teammate, Castano puts it in. Tillman couldn't take it cleanly. Now these moments are key. Belgium have Doku and Lukaku up front. Reem just did enough to steer back to that freeze. Freeze for Alex Freeman. He's got a tough 20 minutes coming. What a tournament he's had, though. What a future he has at the age of 21. Halter clips it along for Anthony Robinson. Not able to keep it in play. We can dig deep here in these moments, given the opportunity. Good work to find Weston McKennie. He'll go long. Now going to chase and going. Just plays it safe and out. Nick Tillman has the U.S. goal today. off the defender, winning corner. It bounces the wrong way. And the U.S. trying to hunt this ball back right now. And it's a foul. Belgium will take all the time they can in these moments.
That's where experienced teams like this know how to play these types of games. When they've got a lead, they try to frustrate you, they try to wear you down just with and without the ball, take their time on different situations like this, move up. They're going to try to grind you down and now deliver the knockout blow.
The Compton wants to have a Goku wins the ball. Freeman wins the battle. Goal kick is the decision of the referee. Should just put this ball back in play before anyone changes their mind.
Yeah, Goku was right. Should have been a corner. But they've got the ball back.
Burkhalter is trying to jam that in there for the men up front. That pass there, U.S. throw. Quarter hour to go in Seattle. United States with one shot on goal today. That was the Tillman free kick goal. Back-to-back games for him. In front of this packed house of just less than 67,000 fans. The United States with 15 minutes plus stoppage time to do to Belgium what the Belgians did in this building a matter of days ago against Senegal. Come back from 2 goals down, forced extra time. Marine trying to jam that into Anthony Robinson. Kossar was able to control it. Robinson catching his club teammate Timothy Castagna there. And he'll just jog away. Free kick Belgium and Castagna's down.
Just seeing some frustration on you from the U.S. players. Body language from Mauricio Pochettino says a lot too. He seems just out of ideas right now. There's not too much he can do. He's made his subs. We're just waiting and hoping that you've got someone out there that can give you something, some type of spark. Maybe it's a set piece. Maybe it's... And this guy has been phenomenal all time. Tillman has been terrific. We need him tonight. Again, he's been a player out there that I can still say can hold his head high. He's doing what he can.
German-born to an American serviceman father, raised though by a single mother, Anya. Elected to play for the United States, having played for Germany youth levels. That ball's out of play though. Tillman couldn't keep it in. Now look at the scene here in Seattle.
And if we just think about how we got here, U.S. down 3-1, concede a goal. Within 8 minutes, you make a mistake that leads to the goal. Then you score. You're back in the game. Tillman gives you a moment. And you can see right after that again. It just 2 players on 1. Defensive mishap. Miscommunication. Boom, you're punished. 2-1. Okay. Second half. Here you come again. And then you make a mistake in the back. It's 3-1. And I think that would be the thing that has this team just feeling the way they do now. I'm sure there's a feeling of familiarity for people watching that have felt this before in this round. And whether that feeling goes in the next 13 minutes, we'll find out. We've seen some special moments from this team throughout this tournament. And it just takes one to get you right back in this game. The crowd trying to recognize that right now and give the USA a chance. You've got difference makers. Show it.
Freeman trying around the outside to Kuiper, able to get back to that ball. There's a combination with McKinney. Back in McKinney, flips it up in the air. Cleared away as far as
but more importantly, it's just that little shot of adrenaline. This team is staying in their Greg Berhalter, former U.S. men's national team player and coach and father of Sebastian. But he's a player. You said when he came in, can give you that.
He was in the stands watching against the Netherlands 4 years ago, probably dreaming about having a moment like this. McKinney first to the loose ball. Knocked away from behind. No, it's a Belgian throw. McKinney's going to get up. McKinney's limping. Kevin De Bruyne looking on. From a Belgian perspective, they're loving the fact that they could maybe rest him and load back up for Spain on Friday.
It's like having a star relief pitcher just sitting in the wings and, well, maybe you don't have to use it tonight. Keep him fresh.
Anthony Robinson battling with Leonard Trossard to win that duel. Up ahead from Ricardo Pepi. Bellingham starts forward. Reyna's in a pocket of space in the middle, and Pepi can find him. Cuts it inside. Got knocked off balance. Phillips was able to intercept the pass. They got to keep going. They got to keep going. 10 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Remy Doku working on Alex Freeman. Duel again. That's a foul on McKinney. The U.S. captain, oldest man ever to play the World Cup for the U.S. He was upset about the one that McKinney took a moment ago. All the way up past Trossard. Because as you said, if the U.S. could find a way to get one, this building will explode and it will cause chaos. That's how you grab the second. It's exactly what Belgium did. The second came right after the first. Little giveaway there. Rain was scooping forward. Bellingham coming in. Chase. It's
Courtois makes a good save because Bellingham hasn't looked up. He was by himself. He actually hit that into the ground, and Courtois was starting to lean to his left, but still made the save at his near post. Was not going to get beat there.
First save of the game, Thibaut Courtois. Looking for Winston McKinney. Through forward, Bellingham throwing his body in there, the defender plays it wide. Freeman first time driven cross, U.S. ball. Tillmans have said the referee on now. Well, exchanging words with the Kuiper.
The Kuiper's getting a warning here from the referee because he took the ball and tried to delay time. It's going to be important for the ref to manage that type of time wasting.
This game in this referee's crew's life as well. Number 16 at the World Cup, big moment for them. Sebastian Berholt to the take. Stop sideways, and Courtois will come to get in front of Richards. Mulligan was up for it.
He just misplays that. This was Mulligan getting him behind. He's by himself. You can see tough angle here, and he hits it down in the ground. That's what I was saying. It makes it really unpredictable and difficult. If you hit that, that's a heck of a way to try to beat Courtois that near post. That's a really, really good save. One of the best goalkeepers in the world.
Berhalter draws contact, wins a free kick. Let's put it back into play. 7 minutes plus stoppage time to go. With a few players warming up, 2 remaining substitutions available. And Christian Pulisic on the field as he came off hurt a little while ago. Berhalter clipping it up. Robinson knocking it down. A little bit of hesitation before it's cleared away. There suffered the injury in the first half, coming back to the bench area. It's in for Bellingham. Poked away from him. Prevented from being a corner.
Yeah, looked out to me, actually.
Turner leaping off the bench to grab it, get it back in quickly for the U.S. Vincent preparing to come on. Long-time veteran for Belgium, hasn't played a moment at this World Cup. see this out. Berhalter clipping along for Anthony Robinson. Brings it down well. Trying to cut inside. Castagna who wins the duel. Trossard there to help. Trossard plays it out for a U.S. throw. They want to get it quickly back into play. Berhalter inches away on that one attempt a few minutes ago. Robinson clipping it in too far for Pepe. And Kuiper coolly, calmly brings it down instead of clearing it. Rolls it in for Jeremy Doku. And he's outside of 1v1 with Alex Freeman. Big test for Freeman here. Trying to recover. Can't poke it away. Doku now going to run it. Chris Richards. Lukaku wants it. Lukaku has it. Lukaku poked away. Job not done. Doku going to reset along. Trossard cutting back. Trossard blocked by Richards. Ready to throw the body, and still they can't get it clear. Trossard will cycle it around.
What a block from Richards. I think that was going in. That strike from Trossard. That was, from our angle, that looked to me like that was going to the far post. Big time block.
Saelmakers as well preparing to come on for Belgium. Reina defending on the ball line. Got to be careful. It's cut back in. Freeman stabs it away. There's Rescott with the work there. Pepe chasing around. Can't get on the end of the ball. Belgium just playing keep away right now. Pepe good work there. Shoves it defender up. Still on the wall. Trying to accelerate. And he's fouled. Free kick U.S. Tillman back up at the end of it. Rudy Garcia, the Belgian coach, going nuts on that one.
Well, he's going to feel like he's playing about the ball, but it's the way the two of them sandwich together and take out Tillman. Watch this, as the ball is gone. So sure, there's a touch, but you can't do that. He definitely barreled into the back of it. There should be no complaints about that.
Lewis just takes it short. Belgium not yet making the sub. Lewis can't be too casual, though, in this moment as the ball's back into play. 4 minutes plus stoppage time for the U.S. to score twice. Berhalter, Weston McKennie, Flo Valiant. He was trying to flip it for Tillman, but Ngoy saw it coming and slid across to block it.
That's really good defending from Ngoy. As you said, saw that the whole way. He'd stepped inside, picked off the little flick around the corner. He's had a really good game. The two center backs played really well against Flo Valiant. Now, Valiant's had a couple of chances, but they've been physical, right up behind him, connected together, not getting drawn out of spaces. A foul on Doku.
That was a big call for Rudy Garcia. Boy hadn't played the last 2 games, suspended for 1 and then just kept on the bench against Senegal. U.S. got to keep this going though. Yes, it's getting dire, but there's still time. 3 minutes plus stoppage time. 2 subs in the wings for both teams now. Archie Wright is preparing to enter. Max Marston preparing to make his World Cup debut. Freeman wants the ball in the air, but it comes to Chris Richards instead. Fans keeping the energy up here in Seattle. Green, McKennie, and Tillman's got Pepe, and he just brought an extra touch there, and that allowed Tillman's to come in and knock it away back to Courtois. Down to 2 minutes plus stoppage time. Courtois high as far as he can put it. This comes out for a goal kick. Now here come the subs. 2 for each team. Trossard will come off for Saelmakers. Teammate of Christian Pulisic's AC Milan. So Witzel will take the field to his 4th World Cup. Nicolas Rescott had his number put up. And we'll see about the U.S. subs. You can hear the 4th official there. Here, Hacho Gabon saying your board is not ready. You can't come on yet. U.S. bench is annoyed at that. Good pressure by Tillman, but it bounces out for a Belgian throw. 1 minute plus stoppage time to go. And still, the U.S. bench just kind of bewildered that they're not being allowed to make their substitutions. Who's going to settle that in front of Salamakers and play for Alex Freeman. Freeman trying to come back to the near side. Tillman. Anthony Robinson, can he get there? Robinson gets the cross in, overheaded for Valley, and down on the back post. Sniper goes long, only Chris Richards is there. More to go up. Won't be the U.S. subs. It'll be how much stoppage time we play here in Seattle.
I don't think it'll be huge. We'll see. It could be 6, maybe 7.
How about 4? Yeah. So the 3-minute hydration break and then 1 added minute. U.S. got to go quick here. The fans reacting to a lower number than they were hoping for.
Get ready for it.
Should they just be lumping this long and seeing what happens here? They seem to have a hard time. Yeah, here comes a little spot there for Gio Reyna from Berhalter. Reyna working on Doku, trying to find the space for Alex Freeman. to Kuiper defending him. Freeman. Ballaghan let it go. The nose was behind him in a dark blue shirt. Just Salamakers. Doku on the run. Trying to draw contact, draw free kick. He goes down in the heat. Referee says play on. Freeman, good tackle to win the ball back on Salamakers. 3 minutes remaining for the United States. This wonderful journey that began a little over 3 weeks ago in Los Angeles. Robinson clipping it up, too tall for Ballaghan. Robinson trying to get there, wings the header across to Gio Reyna. Trying to settle it for Berhalter. Doku beat him to it. Doku brings it down again. He just didn't draw the foul on the free kick.
Yeah, that play is just even another little example of the class and quality. And we're going to get the subs now. The Belgium attack. We're bringing on a guy that's worth over $100 million. And Doku off the bench as a second half replacement in a game like this. He's pulling balls out of the air, full control, great awareness, wins a free kick. He's been lively. I know. We fell in love the last couple of weeks with this team and this ride and this moment, and that doesn't change. The scenes we've seen around this country have just been unlike anything I have ever seen in my lifetime for a team and for a tournament like we have experienced. But yeah, I know there's going to be fans out there, and friends like me, that this is a familiar feeling. Come up against the big boys from Europe in the round of 16, and it ends the way it did 4 years ago.
Well, don't concede another. Lukaku on the loose ball scores. The exclamation point for Belgium. And now they will ride momentum down to Los Angeles Friday afternoon for a showdown with Spain in the World Cup quarterfinal.
And Belgium have just played a top-level game. They capitalize on the mistakes that the U.S. have made, but yet they've shown quality when they needed to. And there's a reason before the game we talked about this Belgian team. It wasn't going to be easy, but they also have guys waiting in the wings that can do this. You're bringing on a guy who's scored 92 and now 93 international goals. Richards gets his pocket picked. This is Lukaku on the right foot, finds the far post. And the exclamation point. What a performance, and not even so much conversation coming into this game. And the U.S. hoping they could do something special. But instead, it has been the Belgians that have spoiled the party with a really professional performance. And just a reminder that at this level, if you're the United States, you cannot play the way they have and make the mistakes they've had and expect to advance against a team like this.
Well, listen, before the final whistle, if you've enjoyed this run, it doesn't have to stop now. We've got an incredible quarterfinal round coming, some marvelous games on the way. If you've enjoyed what you're seeing, Go support your local team. This doesn't have to be the last soccer you want for the next 4 years. It's a beautiful sport. We give our lives to it for a very good reason. And we have so enjoyed the support the U.S. has received. And we are incredibly excited for the final 2 weeks of this tournament. The final 2 weeks, which will not include the men of the United States. Belgium, a concern about an injury, but one of their legends scores in a third consecutive game. And they set up a quarterfinal with Spain Friday afternoon in Los Angeles.
It's going to be a hard one to stomach for this team, the coaches, the fans, everybody involved with U.S. soccer in this country. But be proud of what this team has accomplished over the last couple of weeks. Not just the wins, but how they played. The future of the sport for American soccer is very bright. This is very much a team that's on the ascendancy. Tough night tonight, but it doesn't end here.
Absolutely, and an incredible final 2 weeks of the tournament to come. Rebecca Lowe, down to you as it finishes here in Seattle. Belgium 4, the United States 1.